This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note the thoughts, opinions, jokes, and every other bad taste that the guest and the host of Hobie, aka The History of Bad Ideas, is of their own, is not associated with any companies they may work for, any firms they work with, any advertisers, or anybody else in general. And remember, it's just a joke.
Alright. It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuke, Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale is just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Jeff defends Aquaman, Blake's just not listening. What? Jason impersonates Michael Keaton.
Some people just want to watch World Buzz.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Blake's
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got
Jason
one more.
just loves him some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Ooh, welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 188. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake,
Hey, how you doing, Blake?
doing fine.
You look very Game of Thrones-like tonight with your blanket wrapped around you. It's not that cold in the Bob Studios.
Winter is coming.
For you, it looks like it.
But winter is here.
Winter is here in the Bob Studios because
It's
I am freezing.
It's 70 degrees in the
Cold.
Bob Studios.
That's cold.
I really do
I don't think you're really a Clevelander.
I lost my Ohio thick skin when I lived in the Mediterranean for 5 years.
we're all from Ohio. We're fine.
Yeah, but
still-
he was in the Mediterranean for 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you have
We weren't.
varicose veins? Are you
No,
cold? Is it
no,
okay? Okay. It's all right.
Not yet.
I like your blankie.
I'm working on it.
You're wearing a Bengals blanket. It's so nice.
Yeah, I know. I wiped my ass with it earlier.
That's fine. So did the Bengals. It's fine. And with us is Ape Hands Doug.
Yeah.
Doug. Woo!
I only showed up because Blake wasn't supposed to be here.
Well, Blake wasn't supposed to be here this week, but he did show up, so we appreciated that. He had something else going on, but he said, forget that family commitment. I'm going to Hobie.
Yeah.
Way to be, Blake. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Does your wife appreciate it?
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay, good.
As long as the longer and farther I'm away, the life is better.
So, Doug, Ape Hands Doug, would you like to talk Disney this week?
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, thanks for the Disney
Okay, moving
segment.
on. Have you been to Disney since the last time you were here?
No, I have not.
Okay, just making sure.
How many mortgages do you have on your house for all your Disney trips?
8.
8.
Yes.
You know,
There you go.
we do.
It'll all be paid off when I'm 116.
There you go.
You know, we do get a lot of tweets asking for a Disney podcast with you. You
Where the
know,
money is.
it is. It is.
I'm still waiting for my podcast money for my last trip.
You know what? If you get you could probably get a press pass from Disney.
Now, hold on. There's a check for IOUs in the mail.
Just as good as money.
A check for IOUs.
Could you do that with Disney? I'll pay you to get in with IOUs. It's in the mail. Anyways, so yes,
No, they only take shekels.
Schneckens? They take Schneckens? Those are good. Those are like biscuits. Anyways, let's see here. So Doug's going to sit with us this week. Blake's here, so everybody's fine, I guess.
Except for me, I'm cold.
You want to do an up-down this week?
My ape hams on you.
Oh my god! You scare me.
Better than Dev. He has small hands. Anyways, let's do some up-down because we actually have a reader or a listener.
A listener up down?
A listener up-down. Captain Admiral Kirk.
Captain
If you have an up-down, people, send it to us at Hobie on Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. Bad Ideas Podcast. Or Facebook at The History of Bad Ideas. Send it to us every week. An up-down.
Do we have an email?
That would be hobiepod@gmail.com. We have Tumblr. That is hobieporn@tumblr.com.
Yeah, because we haven't figured out how to work it yet.
I don't think anybody has. And you think anyone uses Tumblr anymore, Jeff?
Yeah.
Do they?
For porn?
Oh, besides porn.
Oh, I think they do. I use it for porn.
Okay, so I have not been on our Hobie Tumblr page for a while. Our new episodes go to Hobie Tumblr.
Yeah, they get released on Tumblr. I think we had one follower, and they don't follow us anymore.
Okay, so you've been on Tumblr with Hobie.
One follower.
Do I want to look at our history on the Hobie Tumblr page of what you've looked at? Or do you have your own Tumblr page?
I've got my own Tumblr page.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to know what that...
There is a guy that follows us, but he's like with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Possibly. I didn't say it wasn't government officials.
What does FCC stand for? Not FC Cincinnati.
No, not FC. Captain Admiral Kirk. He just got back, and here's his up. I'm home after my trip to Kenya. So, is that in California?
How many
I'm
lions?
assuming he
How many?
meant
How many?
Africa.
How many lions and elephants did he kill?
Is there many in California?
Kenya.
Because Kenya, yeah, it's like next to San Diego, isn't it? Because that's where he lives.
I think he's near to Mendocino.
Oh, okay. And his down, jet lag. Jet lag. That would do it. That would
He
do
lives
it.
near an airport.
Yes, I think that's it. That is
He's tired of all that lag from the jets.
Yes, that's exactly what that means.
Okay, just checking.
Let's see here. What's your up this week, Jeff? Let's go, Jeff.
Oh, we're going Jeff.
Start to your right
I
and
don't know
work
if I have an up, 'cause
counterclockwise.
it was a very down week.
Ooh.
Oh, do you need a hug?
I do. Not from
No,
you.
I'm not offering. I'm just
Yeah.
asking if you need a hug.
I do need a hug.
A-Pans, could you help him out?
I don't need one from him.
It was a bad Tumblr weekend.
No.
There's a lot of gilf porn, grandmas,
Ooh.
gum and grannies,
Beard porn.
beard porn.
Yeah, bearded clam
I'm going
porn.
to go for my down. I know you have it listed later in the...
Go ahead,
show
that's fine.
notes,
That's okay.
But it's the separation of Chris Pratt and Anna Faris.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk politics about the separation of church and state
No.
and the
there-
three powers of the judicial, the legislative,
Yeah, that
and the
depresses
executive.
me.
I don't think there has been
It
separation of
should.
church
It's
and
failed
state.
us miserably for the past year.
I would say 100 years for separation of church and state.
It only started in the 50s.
Okay.
Was the
Yeah.
worst of it.
Yeah, Chris Pratt and
when all
Anna
those
Faris.
hippies came in the 60s.
Cut your hair, hippie. My wife even said, if those crazy kids can't make it, and she's like, I know it's Hollywood, but you would think that they could do it.
Anna Faris runs a podcast, too.
I know she does.
I guess
She
gotta
talk
get
about
on
her
there.
problems with Chris Pratt on the podcast. Maybe we should start listening.
The
Maybe there's an
biggest-
opening for us.
Oh.
I'm saying, well, the biggest problem is that ruins my hopes and dreams
Mm-hmm.
of becoming part of a polyamorous coupling or threesome with them.
I thought you were going to say a polyamorous podcast
That's what
participation.
I was wondering. Daddy Waffle did tell us as soon as they broke up, he instant messaged us and said, "Now there's an opening for you with Chris Pratt," and I'm excited.
I was
I mean, the
Thinking
opening
more
was
along
great,
Anna
but I really
Faris.
kinda-
I was thinking Chris Pratt.
I kind of wanted
you
them
seen his
both.
abs?
I want to be together with both of them.
But supposedly Jennifer Lawrence was the reason.
Ooh,
I saw-
J.
I didn't
Law?
hear
That's the rumor.
Oh, no.
What about Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence? Would
No,
that be
Jennifer.
okay?
That might be okay.
Jennifer Lawrence is in cahoots with some 48-year-old movie producer
Nothing
in
wrong with that.
Hollywood,
I'm 48.
director.
Like older men, huh?
So I'm saying there's a chance.
Or Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, or Anna Faris and Jennifer
Well, I was going
Lawrence.
to say, I just
That
saw it
would
was
be
Jennifer
good,
Lawrence.
too.
They didn't say with who. That would probably even be better.
I can't argue either of them.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Is Chris Pratt available still?
We don't know yet.
Okay. I feel bad though. That was a bummer. That was not a good one.
No.
See, the problem with good-looking guys with abs like his, he's probably already on to his post-Anna Faris relationship.
His post-Anna Faris relationship probably
Yeah.
started before the post-Anna Faris.
No, that is the
Allegedly.
No, that is the pre-breakup with a post-Anna Faris relationship.
Maybe he just saw an
And
episode.
then when that breaks up, then he goes into the post-Anna Faris relationship.
Maybe he just saw an episode of Mom and said, "I can't be with you."
Yeah,
Oh, that could be.
yeah.
Allison Janney's in that, isn't she?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Allison Janney's good, but the writing on that show is atrocious.
It's kind of like Superior Donuts. Have you seen that? Judge Hirsch is in that. You know, he got naked in the one movie back in the 80s. I'm just telling you. Anyways.
I don't think that's who you think it is.
With Winona Ryder when she came out? Yeah.
Yeah,
Fast
Judge
Times at
Hirsch.
Ridgemont High? Yeah, Judge Hirsch. He was jacking off in the bathroom in the movie. Anyways.
Winona Ryder wasn't in that movie either.
Yeah, you know. Anyways. What movie was that? That she got naked in?
Winona?
Oh, no, Phoebe Cates.
Fast Times at Richmond High.
There you go. Okay.
One of the most iconic nude scenes in Hollywood.
Judge Hirsch naked. I know. I love it.
And for those young kids, go watch it on YouTube, the adult version.
A Superior Donuts has Judge Hirsch, Katie Sagal, and a lot.
You know it's Judd, right?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, Judge Hirsch.
David Koechner. Or
Keckner.
yeah. And a couple other ones. And it has potential to be
Yeah.
funny. And it's gotten better.
Has it? Because I saw like the first 5 episodes.
We're 4 episodes left in the season, my wife and I both have agreed that it could get better. Like it's been getting better. I hope it's like a Parks and Rec thing. Not as good, don't get me wrong. But like the second season is when they start finding their, what the writing should be.
Hopefully, but it's just a bland old stale regular
Again,
run-of-the-mill sitcom. They haven't found a niche or
that's what I'm hoping the
footing,
second season is. Because, like I said, at the end of the first season, there's glimmer of hope. Like, there's funny little parts. And they have the talent with the people. It's just I'm hoping it's a little bit better. So, that's not my up, though, this week.
So you watched a whole season just because there was a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished Jessica Jones.
Right. Which is good.
Yeah.
A solid show.
Which was good from the start.
Yes.
Let's see. Also, my up this week is Live PD.
Hold on, it's not your turn.
Oh, well, never mind then.
It's Apan's turn.
Hey, Pants, what you got?
My up would be my wife. It's our 10th anniversary today, and
And you're here?
she let me come here. Maybe that's my down because I said, well, we can have anniversary sex instead. She's like, no. Go to the podcast. I'm like, no, I can stay. No. You're fine. Go. I said, so.
A minute for every year?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, well, you are 48, so
Yeah,
just
that's
calm
right.
down.
Hey, wait a minute.
That's asking a lot.
When you left, was the pool boy there?
Oh, pool boy.
Was that Enrique?
Haunt Juan.
The funny thing is, yes, he was, and we don't have a pool.
Ba-dum-bum.
Anyways, Blake, what's your up?
My up is I saw The Dark Tower this weekend.
I thought you said that was going to be your down.
Yeah, but I'm going to save it for our News of the Geek. My take on it. But the good thing about Dark Tower was I saw the preview for Kingsman, the new
Yes.
Kingsman coming out.
Yes.
And they meet their American brother agency, the Statesman.
Oh, that's clever. I see what they did there.
And actually, I am looking forward to that movie, believe it or not. Just based upon that, the previews that were in the theater beforehand.
All right.
So that's my up. I'm looking forward to it, even though I'm trying to figure out how they're going to bring back what's his name? The dead guy. Clive Owen?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
not Clive
Colin
Owen.
Firth.
Colin
That's
Firth.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Colin
How dare you
Quinn.
get something wrong and have Jason
Colin Firth.
correct you?
I just correct it. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Needless to say, I really enjoyed the preview, and I thought it was pretty funny, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, that does remind me of my up. Mm-hmm. It was a really good Game of Thrones episode this week.
Yes, it was.
Well, my up this week is Live PD. You want to talk about good drama? It's on A&E. I can't get enough of Live PD.
Fake cops,
No, it's real. 9 p.m. till.
but it's a ripoff of Cops.
It is a rip. Yeah, but it's not fake.
Not edited.
No, it's live. It's
live.
9 p.m. till midnight. They have 5 different jurisdictions throughout the country, and they had a chase between Washington, the state, Washington, and it went into Idaho, and it was awesome. And this guy that was driving this truck,
Idaho?
I'll tell you one thing. Idaho. This guy driving the truck was impressive. It was a 45-minute chase. He never hit an innocent vehicle. He never hit any vehicle. He was going in and out. He was
You're in
pretty.
Idaho. Who are you going to hit?
No, it was Washington. Most of it.
In
Idaho
between
was
those
just the
two
last 5
cars he
minutes.
passed.
Well, it's funny because they're like, we're going into Idaho.
And a cow.
We need to call the the jurisdiction, and it's like, is there really any jurisdiction there? It's Idaho. I mean,
There's a line.
there is a line. You don't go past it this summer. So, yeah, Live PD, I'm hooked on it. I can't get enough of it. Also, I've been watching Date Night Live. Doug, have you seen this? Date Night Live?
No.
On Lifetime. They go on blind dates. And then they go back to a studio where 3 people give their takes on it. There's like live takes throughout the whole live dates throughout the whole country. It is awesome.
This sounds horrible.
It is horrible. And again,
And
it
you
goes,
haven't watched Jessica Jones?
no. Again, it goes back to my wife going,
I think this might be our last podcast since we were supposed to be talking about, the cool geeky stuff, not the
this
terrible
is awesome.
trash.
You can be
stuff.
geeky on anything.
No,
To which my
you
right-
can't be geeky on this trash television reality shit.
Okay, but going back to Live PD,
You might as well watch Bachelorette and Wanker.
No.
I believe Dan Abrams was the host, correct?
Yes.
At one point he was programming MSNBC.
So?
This is how far he's fallen.
I don't think he's fallen. It's the #1 show on A&E. So they got, 70,000 people?
Really, the worst show on A&E is probably better than anything MSNBC ever did.
I don't know. What was it? The Glades? I saw the A&E show, The Glades. That was not good.
But it was still better than anything that MSNBC ever
Down
did.
the hall.
I'm the #1 fan of this podcast. That's really not saying much.
That's true. That is true.
You mean there's original programming on MSNBC? I thought it was all fake news.
Well, it is.
Down the hall. Down the hall.
Well, wait a
Down
minute.
the
Fake news does take a lot of production.
So this is probably the guy that hired Keith Olbermann.
I think he's before that. I think he was before it going really.
Actually, I didn't know that.
left-wing.
That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
he was, yeah.
He's from ESPN. I don't know. I'm
Dan Abrams?
just making
Keith
shit up.
Olbermann is.
Oh, yes. So, Jeff already did his up down. He did, what's your up? Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. Also, my other up is
Hell yeah, Game of Thrones. Can we
this
talk?
fall-like weather we're getting in early August.
It's
I'm liking
awesome.
This.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's very nice. Are we going to be able to talk Game of Thrones tonight?
Go ahead.
Right now or a little bit later?
You got a couple minutes. Go.
Ape hands?
You got a couple minutes.
seen it.
Go. Fuck you. We'll take all the time we
No.
want.
Well, we could finish everybody's downs and going around.
Okay, let's go
talk
finish
about it.
downs. Doug, what's your down?
Social media coming up with special days for every day of the month or year. I saw this today,
Oh, geez.
August 8th.
Everybody's got their special day
Ready?
nowadays.
Yeah.
National Sneak Some Zucchini Onto Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
What?
That sounds awesome.
Does that mean, is that Q for penis?
Yes.
Um,
Anyone who
Sponsored
grows
by the Zucchini Growers of America.
anyone who grows zucchinis know they sprout in abundance. So clean up your garden and do your hood good. Leave a bit of your bounty on your neighbor's porch.
What happened to making zucchini bread for your neighbors?
Oh,
that sounds like
I got
a
lots of
fucking lazy
cucumbers.
cop out.
I like lazy cop-outs.
Does anyone like
No.
cucumbers here? Because I could leave cucumbers on a neighbor's.
Is that a sexual innuendo?
Maybe.
What
Maybe.
size?
Don't worry about it.
Did you
Is that like your
sculpt them already?
eggplant emoji?
Maybe. No, I got like 40 cucumbers in like a span of a month.
Why don't you pickle them?
I did, and then I also did a cucumber salsa, which is really, really damn good.
Yeah.
And then I've done a cucumber salad. So
Yeah.
those are the things. So
And now you're
Jar those
cucumbered
pickles
out.
and salsas and hand them out to neighbors.
I just give them a whole cucumber and have a good day.
Yeah, see, that's not fun.
Well, they like it.
Like I said, it was a lazy cop-out.
Yeah, it is. Have you known me? Blake, what's your down?
What is my down? Let's see. Kingsman preview is up. Dark Tower, I'll save for later. Preacher, we can't talk about Preacher yet because you're not
I'm
caught
one
up.
episode behind. I apologize. Sorry. We'll talk
We
next
can't talk Game of Thrones yet. My down, something I forgot to mention during my Wonder Woman reviews. I was disappointed in the fact that there was no Linda Carter cameo.
week. She was busy, she said.
Doing what?
They did invite.
Being
She was just
retired?
busy. I don't know.
Is being retired that busy?
I don't think she's retired. She does a lot.
I don't think Hollywood knows that she's not retired, but she's not. She knows she's not retired.
Yeah. Well, what the hell is she
she's
doing?
probably
She's
at
so
a
damn
convention
busy.
somewhere.
Yeah.
By convention, you mean her house?
No, I mean a convention
No.
center with a bunch of geeks standing around paying for her autograph.
I don't think so. I don't think she's that
I don't
popular.
know. I haven't seen her
Are
itinerary.
you serious? You don't think Linda Carter would blow the roof off of most conventions?
Well, she could.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop
I
it!
just somebody's seen her. Now this has probably been 20 years, and they said she's got the prettiest eyes. They said, she's just very striking. And
It has nothing to do with her old Wonder Woman outfit, does it?
no.
Wonder Woman.
Exactly.
My down is talking Game of Thrones, so go ahead.
That's your okay. Game of Thrones. Oh, he turned his mic off.
Oh, who cares?
Ape hands.
I'm back.
I don't watch.
Can you pretend you watch Game of Thrones?
What do you need to know?
What did you think? You don't have
Great
to,
episode. Great episode.
You know on this podcast, you don't have to watch something to have an opinion about it. Just ask Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
I think it was
Loved
Just
it.
ask Neil.
I'm a fan of dragons, so anything with dragons
Okay.
in, I'm gonna like.
Exactly,
And-
because this episode,
Yes.
Had dragons.
Yes.
dragon attack. The dragons finally
Finally.
attack.
It's about time. It's about
People-
time.
I'm a fan of
we
drag
waited
queens, so
7
that's good
years for a dragon attack, and it finally happened.
He had a dragon attack.
Yes. Now, there's a lot of stuff out there on social media already that talks about this episode actually had a lot of callbacks
Yeah.
to previous. So there's a lot of repeat of previous episodes, except with characters and juxtapositions and references. So we're not going to go into all of that kind of fun stuff, but because you can look that up on your own. But one of the articles I did read was how Debbie Off and what's his name?
Weiss.
Weiss did a very good job. When you start the episode off slow, they usually end with bangs like this. Instead of starting off with a bang and everybody
Then
dealing
they
with the
go slow.
repercussion.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would like to say that I only have one question, and I may not know my California, geography,
Okay.
about where Mendocino is in relation to San Diego.
But you know your Westostrian.
But I know my Westeros continent, damn it. And I want to know, how do you get a Dothraki horde across the continent with nobody knowing?
Sneaky.
There is no sneaky. It's a horde of thousands of horsemen.
They weren't that far across the
Huh?
continent.
Yeah, it is.
They were.
Go look up
right
Dragonstone in relation to King's Landing, in relation to High Garden, in relation to, obviously you don't have to worry about
They were right.
Casterly
They were
Rock.
pretty close to King's Landing since the gold got safely into King's Landing. So they were right outside King's Landing.
I think they said the first shipment was close to King's Landing.
they said the
So-
gold got in.
The gold got in. So basically, Dany was burning the food
Yeah, the
carts.
crops and all that stuff.
Well, she could have taken the food crops for herself.
She
Why
could've,
would
but-
she not?
Because she wanted to burn the soldiers
So
who
you're-
were standing next to the
So
food.
you're going to starve King's Landing, which is what she didn't want to do in the first place.
Well, yeah, and no one said that everything was perfectly fine.
All right, but still, hey, I'm a logistician. You can't move a horde like that across a southern continent without a lot of people knowing about it.
Well, but if you move them fast enough,
And how in the hell
don't
did they
have cell
surprise the
phones.
Lannister army?
They don't
and
have
the
cell
Tyrell
phones and radar
leftovers,
to tell you they're coming.
The Tully family and stuff like that. How do you...
But I'm just saying, if they just got on land and just rode forward, who was going to tell them?
Everybody's going to know.
How?
Because they're so damn huge. Everybody knows that
Yeah,
you're
but
coming.
yeah, but
You can't hide something
they
like
didn't
that.
hide them. They went on a full frontal attack. You
Yes,
saw them
but
attack
you
them.
got to make it across a continent. I mean, come on.
Why not? How are they going to find out?
Yeah, I forget. This is fantasy.
But how are they going to find out? Someone
Suspend
has to
belief.
tell them.
Everybody's going to know.
Who's everybody? Apparently the
Everybody they
Lannister
live in
army did-
between.
Who cares if they know?
And even the mess that they live in
Yeah.
between because they're so huge.
But the point is, they know they're probably dead. What do they know?
No.
They know that an army just
Bullshit.
went by them. What are they going to do? Call them on the cell
Bullshit.
phone and say they're coming your way?
Bullshit. It's bullshit.
They
It's
don't have
bullshit.
phones. How are they going to warn the army they're on the way?
It's bullshit.
Just tell me how.
It's
I'm
bullshit.
asking.
I'm telling you.
They're going through
It's
bullshit.
bullshit.
So bullshit connects people to each other that you can send
correct.
messages through bullshit.
Like, they can cross an entire continent and nobody knows that they're going.
Who's the army they're attacking?
People that come afterwards, across the major roads, across the crossroads,
Yeah.
across the fields, across there.
So you're
I said
saying-
everybody knows. Everybody's going to know. That's the whole problem because you can't hide a horde like
what are
that.
they going to do if everyone knows? Oh, look, there goes an army.
I know I shouldn't be asking these questions because it just ruins the
Well,
reality of it
does,
for people.
But I'm confused at what your problem is because they go across the continent and then they show up and attack you. No, just because somebody else knew they were coming didn't mean you knew they were coming. Until someone warns you, you don't know they're coming.
How do you feed a big horde like that?
Oh, hell, they eat each other.
Porridge.
There you go. They chop up steaks and put them on their saddle and ride them. The steaks cook themselves by the friction and the bouncing up.
Like I said-
Because that's actually what the Mongols did, by the way.
Didn't the Japanese make
Dev
it to
from Shot of
Hawaii
History can
without anybody
verify
telling
that.
Anybody?
What's that?
So didn't the Japanese make it to Hawaii without anybody being told? Somebody had to have seen them floating by.
That's fake news.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That never happened. It was a story by the Roosevelt administration to get us into World War II.
Okay, well.
All right, but anyways,
Thank you for having me defend poor storytelling.
Yes, despite that, I really like the episode. And the best part is Dickon is actually the guy from
Black
my
Sails.
God, my pirate. Yeah, Black Sails. He's my Black Sails guy.
I heard that.
Yeah, so actually pretty cool. Yeah, so Dickon. Anyway, so my question is, was it Dickon or Braun that tackled Jamie into the water before
I
the
think it was Braun,
dragon
but
fire
I
got
can't
him?
swear to it because it looked like on.
You think
like,
it would be him.
Still, it looked kind of like Braun's armor more than Dickon's.
Yeah, and so the best Terrier Heart in half, Braun, obviously a fan favorite, shooting the giant crossbow bolts at Daenerys.
Yes.
Has there ever been a time where you're like, yes, no, yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
yes, no?
I want them both to fail and both to succeed at the same time.
Exactly. And then Jamie Lannister's Leroy Jenkins.
Hey, he stabbed her father in the back. He was trying to do the same to her.
Charges him with the
Just a
lance.
little too slow at it.
Yes, but the best part is she turns and actually sees him coming. All right, and then the greatest thing about that episode is that it ends in silence
Yes.
with Jamie obviously appearing to drown
Or
because he's in
under the
armor,
water, we know.
going underwater and sinking because that's what armor does to you. And now he's got to make a swim check at like -10 because
Yeah.
he's wearing heavy armor.
He is.
And then after that, it's going to take 2 full minutes to just get his armor off. So hopefully he has a high enough Constitution save bonus that he can hold his breath long enough for those many rounds in order to get the armor off. Unless he's got a +2 skill check of Braun, who may be in the water with him.
Braun might save
to
him.
help
You got that,
rip his
yeah.
plate mail off and etc. But we don't know if Jaime is going to make the saving throw or not. But it may be moot because he may be fished out of the pond by Daenerys herself with Drogon.
And we don't know. He might have like magic armor of like free action, so it might not even.
Magic helmet?
That's true. He may have
helmet.
he may
Need
have a
my
helm
magic
of
helmet?
water breathing. We don't know, or a
Is he
ring of water
Aquaman?
breathing.
Is he
Well, he wasn't
Aquaman?
wearing a helm, so.
So that must be a ring of water breathing.
Yeah, he could have one.
Which could have one of those, or boots of buoyancy. One or the other.
Could
No,
have
but
boots of
anyways,
warriors.
here's my theory after this. My theory is Braun and Jamie are going to be saved from the pond. They're going to be dragged out by Dany and the dragon. Jamie will become Daenerys' hostage, which will open up an interesting
Which will bring up season
thing.
2 again.
Bring up season 2 again. And then I think Braun is going to reunite with Tyrion. And remember what Tyrion told Braun back in
Lannister
season
always
1.
Pays his debts.
No.
Oh.
No matter what they pay you,
I'll pay
I
you
will
double.
pay you double. I'll pay
So
you
we'll
more.
give him 2 castles.
Yes. Exactly.
Just a model.
Yeah. And then can we have more setting up of Jon Snow and Daenerys, hooking up or something?
Hooking up.
We've now spent the past several episodes of their followers telling each other's followers of what great leaders they are, and people are willing to die for them and follow them because of who they are, not because of what they are.
So
right?
you want him to hook up right now? Is that what you're saying?
Well, when Jon Snow did take her into the cave, I was expecting some, action to go on. But it was pretty neat to see the hieroglyphs of, the original.
So who's to say it wasn't John and Davos that just
Yeah, just
painted them
put it
there
out.
to convince her?
It could be too. You never know.
How
It
long was
pretty
this
neat.
episode?
It was the shortest episode of
50
the season.
minutes.
Yeah, 55 minutes.
Yeah.
How much was last week's? Do you know?
51
Previous?
or more.
No, it was about 66 minutes the previous week.
Because we were just talking about that earlier, so that's why I was.
We were?
Well, last couple weeks ago about the long episodes.
So with that
I
all,
think the ones at the end of the season are going to be much longer. Like
so with
the
that all
last three.
being said, Apans,
Yes.
what did you think? Really, tell us the truth.
Pretty good. I'm really excited for next episode.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I can't wait for the drag queens.
The drag queens?
Dragons.
Oh, dragons! That was my
Not
bad.
dragons, dragons.
Dragons, my bad. My bad.
Drogon.
Sorry, apologize for that. Okay. So, anyways.
But in the meantime,
Oh, Jesus.
I
there's your
am,
Game
I
of
am
Thrones.
reading Night of Seven Kingdoms, the Duncan Egg story,
Oh, okay.
Is
which,
that
which are short stories that happened about 100 years before the Game of Thrones that Martin wrote. Martin needed the Game of Thrones era,
Martin!
Song of Fire, Ice and Fire era. And it actually gives me some interesting backgrounds that I only read about in the wikis and all that kind of stuff.
Is that
makes
because
more
you
sense.
read his new one already?
No, his new
That's
one
not out
is
yet.
Oh, that's right.
several years behind.
Did
You
he
know what that
make any
is?
statement yet about a release date?
No, he's never hit a release date.
I was watching the Sharknado marathon, and he was in Sharknado 3. I think if he would have taken time away from that, he probably
He'd be
would have
done
it
by now?
I would think
I
so.
believe.
would think
I
so.
bet you're right. That's true.
He was actually in Sharknado 3.
Just he was sitting in a movie theater, and a shark came through and ate him. That was it.
Yay! Oh, so he's dead.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
great.
dead.
Oh.
He
All
died.
right.
Who did?
George R. Martin.
Oh, that's a shame. I heard Tara Reid turned into a helicopter
I heard something
I don't
about
know.
that.
on during Sharknado.
I'll tell you what. I saw a photo of Tara Reid, and it was
Yeah.
not flattering.
Were both her breasts in the photos, or were they separate? Like
No, she's wearing one of those low
Trying to think of the last time
Low
there
cut
was a
front.
flattering photo
American
of
Pie.
Tara Reid.
cut front, and it was not.
Oh no, it's been since
flattering.
American Pie.
I will say,
At least Josie and the Pussycats.
Alone in the Dark.
Doesn't look like she's eating well enough.
I have not seen a good flattering picture of Christian Slater though.
Oh,
Since
Mr.
cuffs.
Robot.
Since cuffs. Cuffs. Future looks so bright.
I don't even know what that is.
Is a movie. Don't you remember Cuffs, don't you?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Yes, it was a good movie.
So what else is going on?
Anyways, let's see
So
here.
on with Game of Thrones. I
Yes.
just want.
I played Lost.
Well, hold on
World-
a second.
What?
Did we touch everything you wanted to talk about Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, I just
Okay.
wanted to talk about how cool the dragon attack was.
So
Yeah,
speaking,
it was pretty cool.
I suppose it was cool that the Stark children all got together. You know, and you had a reunion of some.
did they get it on?
That's right. No.
No.
Oh, okay.
They aren't the what do you call it? Siblings that have sex together.
That's the title.
Yeah,
of
they're
our
not
show.
Lannisters. Or
Anyways,
Targaryens.
I was
in the same vein of Game of Thrones. Did you see the bad guy in Avatar is going to be the bad guy in the next 4 Avatars?
Yes,
Is
Stephen Lang.
Are we all excited about that too?
Not
what
at
do you
all.
think
Yeah.
about that, Blake?
I think it's great.
Okay, yeah.
And I bet he
Why?
can really expand upon his role.
Yeah, especially since wasn't he killed
with a 4-foot arrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did. I'm eventually going to see all of Avatar, and I saw.
The only parts worth watching are the ones that Jason C. Brown are in.
I saw the part
Yes.
that Michelle Rodriguez turned away from. She didn't want to shoot down the tree. I saw that like 20 minutes of that because every week it's on some sort
Yeah,
of TV
yeah.
show, TV channel. Sorry. So I always get like 10 minutes here and there. Stephen Lang is awful as that villain.
Oh,
that villain is
terrible.
horrible.
God awful.
No care. Like I'm going to destroy them. Why?
Because they're there.
yeah. It's
And
like,
that's why Pandora, the world of Avatar in Disney World,
Avatar
is
Land.
so fantastic because he's not in it. That's why.
Well, that is a bonus. I'll
there's a
give you
lot
that.
of-
That character was terrible.
Multicolored plant,
there's a floating tree.
blue dung,
Floating mountains.
Oh, the floating mountains.
I have pictures of them.
Oh, I know. It was
blue
great.
Was
piles
there
of
nothing
dung.
underneath them?
No. They're floating. Wow. They're floating mountains.
It's got to be
Were
something
they
that
held
holds
up
them.
by
Well,
chains?
okay. Well,
Doesn't
see,
Avatar
they were
shit in the woods?
floating,
I want to know.
and they got caught on another mountain.
Oh, they
So-
bumped into a mountain.
Yeah,
So they're not
kind
really
of-
floating.
But
They're hovering.
they're floating mountains, though.
Yeah.
They're just stuck.
Yeah.
And if you look on the map, see,
That will be given at the Comic
you can
Expo.
tell. See, the water marks are different because it hit and it's askew a little bit.
Did it explain that in the pamphlet?
No, you have to know that. That's something you just, as you're walking through the land, you just notice things like this.
Why, I don't know, but
Nobody notices it.
Jeff, I will give you props. You gave my son a great game, Lost Woods.
You're liking it.
Love it. It is a fun game. My son really likes it. It's a little Dungeons and Dragons like.
Yeah,
Are there walking trees?
I
So
don't think there is a
Woods?
walking tree in it.
Do they talk?
it's from Poppy Jasper Games. Started as a Kickstarter. And it is a fun game. We played this again the other night. It's choose your own adventure, basically. You build these little maps from the woods you're trying to escape from.
You flip over tiles depending on which direction you're following the map.
But every time you explore a new tile, you have to draw something from a sack. And it's either a bad guy that you have to face with a D4, D12 dice, whatever. We got dice, Blake. I know what D4 and D8 and D12 dice are.
Explain.
I
Prove
got-
it.
I
Prove
got
it.
his son a game
Prove
where
it.
he has all the D's. Well, there's no D10 in it.
No, there's no D10.
No D12.
There's a
D12.
D12.
Oh, yeah?
And a D20.
I see.
So even my wife is a little hooked on it. She likes it. So it's fun though because you're trying to escape from the woods and you got to beat a guardian at the end and that. And we played a couple of the big expanded packs.
You played the big one.
Oh yeah, we played that a couple times, and it's a good time. I enjoy it. If from Poppy Jasper Games, if you've had a chance, they're not sponsoring us. I'm just saying it's a fun game, Lost Woods. So my son's 7, and he got the hang of it really quick. So I lost spectacularly the last 2 nights ago.
Like, as in, like, you kept getting your ass kicked?
I got my ass pretty kicked. I came in last. I got through half the game. I had 1 gold coin or 1 gold piece. So it was a rough day.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
pretty bad.
You know, it almost sounds like Jason may be able to join us in D&D one of these days.
No, but my son will.
Could you tape that? You know, do
I don't
Facebook
understand.
Live
Oh, that would be.
of Jason playing D&D.
Speak of great things, Masters of the Universe, the movie, 30th anniversary this week. Everybody excited?
Nope.
Okay, moving on. Horrible. It's
How would I
kept.
be excited? It was a piece of crap movie.
It was great. They came to Earth. Oh wait, why did they come to Earth?
You know what I realized? Like, children have shitty taste in music, in that too, but
Well,
in
yes.
movies and whatnot. And they fondly remember things that were pieces of shit.
Masters of the Universe was never good. It was
No.
not good.
I never liked it.
Frank.
Well, we were older.
a little
than
too
the,
old to
than the
Not for me.
generation
Masters.
they were going for.
Yeah.
Frank Langella, who was it?
Langella.
Yeah, he was horrible. He was chewing the scenery He was the best part, I guess. He was chewing the scenery everywhere.
He was good in Dave.
I love Dave. Love Dave. Who isn't chewing the scenery anymore? Don Baylor. Moment of silence for Don.
What about Darren Dalton?
And Darren Dalton.
Glenn Campbell.
Glenn Campbell.
Breath of
Glenn
Silence.
He
Campbell.
doesn't know he's dead.
Oh, shit.
Breath of silence. Breath of silence.
Who are these
Anyways.
other people you're talking about?
Darren
Baseball
Dalton, the
players?
catcher for Philadelphia.
Oh.
Phillies. He's 55.
During
He
the
died of
90s?
cancer.
Sorry, Philly.
Don Baylor, former Major League Baseball player.
can't believe-
Oh,
and
Don
coach.
Baylor.
I can't believe
Yeah,
Don
baseball
Baylor was
player.
only 68.
I'm trying to think
Yeah, I thought he was a
what.
little
I just.
I was trying to think what movie characters these were.
He was like Leland for the Pirates, the
He
manager.
wasn't that old.
No, Leland I always thought he was
Jim
80.
Leland.
Leland always looked older than he really was.
Yes.
Jim Leland looked like he's 80 for the past 30 years.
Yes, he did. Let's see. And also Kevin Hallidan's birthday from 365.
Yes, happy
Yeah.
birthday, mate.
Today, mate. Hey, that guy. We're also on nerdly.co.uk. Let's
You know,
see.
the copyright's gone on that, so you could sing him happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to
to you.
Hunter McAllister says happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You cheeky cunt. Yeah, as I
To
smoke my
you.
cigar with this cash. I'm Hunter McAllister.
Happy birthday.
Give me some high tea.
Dear Kevin.
I got somebody that can sing for me.
Happy birthday
Idiots.
to you.
And finally,
I have nothing to do with those wankers.
Blake sent this over to the intern at the last minute. They are making Night Trap 2.
Yes. I sent you the news story. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Breaking news.
They have to recast, don't
they're
they?
making Night Trap 2. Yeah. Now we've talked about this original old Sega game. Like the whole reason I got Night Trap is because it was a bunch of scantily clad sorority women running around being threatened by a slasher. And they're actually making a Night Trap 2.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
Did they say what system?
Wait.
Did they
Sega
say
CD.
Sega CD. It might come out. It might come out for it.
Well, when they eventually get to re-releasing Sega CD, since they're re-releasing all these old systems.
Yeah. Now you can go play Night Trap, I think, on, what is it, Steam? Or any one of those? Yeah, you
Steam
can play the
has it.
original on
Yeah,
your
if you
PC.
can figure out how to get Steam to work.
I don't know if you want to get to
Yeah.
play it. It's not good.
No, it wasn't. I was actually disappointed.
I
by it.
watched it on Yahoo. Somebody played through the whole game, and I'm like, that was awful. Why?
It was awful. I think the whole protest about the game made it more popular than what it should have.
Oh, yeah. If people didn't argue about it, it would have gone unnoticed.
Go ahead, Doug.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Make a comment.
You watched somebody play a video game,
Yes.
and you watched the whole thing.
Well, I fast forwarded some of it because it was quite boring.
Although, to be honest, that video game is pretty much just a whole bunch of movie scenes strung together.
Yeah. Speaking
Pretty
of
much.
video games.
Push a button when you decide what you want to do, and that's pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those old Phantasmagorias that were pretty cool.
Better than Dragon Lair.
But it was neat. It was cutting edge
Nothing's better than
technology
Dragon
at the
Slayer.
time.
Everything's better than Dragon Slayer. Let's just say this here. With the video games, we had our last semifinal poll on at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter.
Semi-finer?
Semifinal.
Semi-finer?
Sherry Ferner?
Semi-finer?
We've been doing this for a
Sure.
while. And finally,
Sure.
we're getting to the finals. Let's see. Shut up. We had Sony PlayStation Vita, the Sony PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch were all in the semifinals. In last place was the PS Vita with 13%.
Womp womp.
And winning 61% to 26%, the Sony PlayStation 4 beat the Nintendo Switch.
PlayStation ran away with that.
So, here's the best part. We got to the finals. This has been 2-3 months long. And I just want to say,
We
Doug,
made it.
We
We got to the
finished
finish.
something. We finished
We
it.
got to the finish line.
That's what she said. Let's see. We
So
had...
Batman was the favorite superhero? Oh, no,
no.
not that one. Okay.
A Squirrel Girl won that.
The finals came down to Nintendo NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Sony PlayStation, the Sony PlayStation 2, and the Sony PlayStation 4.
Was the 4 at a competitive disadvantage because it had just played?
It came out.
Before.
No, everybody ignores.
It was
the
exhausted.
Everybody ignores the 3.
That did not win.
You know, the middle child always gets ignored.
The last one gets ignored. Tell me about it. Anyways,
What are you talking
Oh
about?
my god. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
last one's
The
always
baby
ignored.
of the family? Oh,
Gets
not
ignored.
Even close.
You
Yes.
do nothing wrong.
Gets all
He's
the
the
attention.
favorite.
Gets
Gets
ignored.
to stay up the latest.
Well, that's because my parents just gave up by the time they got to me. Anyways, in the finals, in last place, thanks for showing up, the Sony PlayStation came in at 6%.
The original PlayStation was a game changer.
Going from 61% down to 12%, Doug. It just blew its wad the week
Yep,
before. 12% Sony PlayStation 4. And then winning 47% to 35%. The Nintendo Entertainment System is the favorite video game console ever, according to our Hobie listeners. It beat the PlayStation 2.
Is it because
So
you
well
play,
done, Nintendo.
Is it because
well
you can play Super
done.
Tecmo Bowl on it?
Pretty much.
I like how Nintendo beat the odds there, beat 3 Sony things. So
That didn't beat the odds. All 3 PlayStations against each other killed their chance of winning.
that's what you get, Sony fans.
True.
Yeah,
53%.
I mean, if you look at it, 53% voted for a Sony PlayStation.
It still lost. It sounds like the Hillary Clinton election.
Yamaha!
If you put the PlayStation 2 against the NES, the Super NES, and the GameCube,
Oh, nobody's voting for that.
I'm sure that the PlayStation 2 would have won.
I actually, and I know we've talked about this, but I really did think the Super Nintendo would do better. I really thought it would be in the finals.
I think you overestimated.
Obviously, I did.
I mean, didn't that lose? Oh no, that wasn't.
It was in the semifinals.
Okay, yeah,
They
it
lost.
wasn't against the Genesis in the first round.
Sometimes it's all about the seating.
It is.
It is.
It is. That's what they say.
That's what happened to the PlayStation 3.
That's what she said.
Now, let's get some listener feedback.
And we're coming up to our favorite part called listener feedback. And we'd like to say thank you to our listeners if you're still around after last week's vulgar episode.
Were you vulgar last week?
I don't remember what I wore to work yesterday, so I don't know what I did last week. That's why we have that disclaimer at the beginning.
I just know we were all like tired and disappointed last week when we recorded.
Yes. Jeannie will be back next week. and we will have her. Everything's been worked out tech-wise.
Until they update something.
No,
in the next
we have a
week.
brand new computer, so I'm fine.
That doesn't mean they won't say, "Oh, there's a new update. Won't work on your brand new computer."
It's true.
All I know is
Skype.
I have to bring headphones next week.
Yes.
Headphones. My own Mickey Mouse ears. So anyways, listener feedback. And we like to thank all of our listeners for listening to us.
Thanks.
And
It is great. Thank you guys for listening.
It is very nice. Even during the summer when you're occupied with so many things to do, it's always good to know that you're still out there listening to us. And if you like us that much, you actually should tell a friend and have them listen to us.
Yes.
And then,
Write a review.
no,
Apologize.
for having exposed us.
Oh,
Exposed them to us.
We're exposed.
exposing.
Hold on.
Wow.
Isn't that right, Mr. Ape Hands?
How did I become ape hands on?
Look at your hands, man.
They're not that big.
They're huge.
So she said.
Jesus. You should take a
What
picture.
happened to number one fan?
Should take a picture of your hands next to mine or Jeff's.
You know what
And
they
we'll
say
post them
about guys
online.
who have big hands?
Big feet.
They wear big gloves.
Yes, they do.
And
do.
if it doesn't fit, she must quit. No, I mean, hold on. Must admit. Anyways, we're going to start off with Mr. Ape Hands.
Doug?
You read your own damn feedback, as I like to say.
Is this good or not? Rewriting the Batman. Apparently Matt Reeves is starting over.
Yes, we talked about this last week a little bit with
It's very good.
Joe Manganiello, Tomato Guy. He is no longer
Tomato Guy?
Deathstroke.
Joe Magneto.
Is that it? Deathstroke? Yeah. He doesn't know if he's in it or not. That's always a positive sign. I have faith in Matt Reeves.
I think it's positive because I think they're getting away from the Snyderverse and trying to make it more reasonable.
Well, that's why they're doing
movie.
Flashpoint. Rebooting the cinematic universe.
With time travel.
Yes.
Oh, okay, but as I understand it, then Bruce Wayne's dad becomes Batman.
Bruce Wayne is killed. Thomas Wayne is Batman.
They're gonna
Martha
do-
Wayne is Joker.
Are they going to do 10, 11, 12 movies, keeping that?
Oh,
No.
no, it'll be
Together.
done. They'll finish that
It'll
story.
be one
after
one movie, and then they'll come back and it'll be a younger Batman, and they'll recast how they see fit after that one. Just saying, it's going to be a cluster.
Great.
Okay.
You know what? I know Jeff and I disagree. I really like Flash in the Justice League trailer. I think he's fun.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, different. Cyborg looked a lot better,
Better.
Yeah.
and I like how they showed what he's connecting to the tech, because most average fans like
So he's R2D2.
yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much.
He doesn't have rocket boosters.
Yeah.
Of course,
The only good thing.
of course, we forgot about those rocket boosters in the original trilogy. How'd
Okay.
that happen?
Must
Get
assimilate.
rid of everybody
The Borg.
and make a movie with Wonder Woman and Aquaman. That's it.
Yes.
I could just
it.
say Wonder Woman.
No.
Aquaman, Jason Momoa looks the part. He's awesome looking. And I actually am hoping Aquaman, does
badass.
beat the 6 ring, thing. But,
The plastic six-pack
yeah.
ring.
I can't do it! I got a trident! Batman, don't interrupt! I'm having sex with a dolphin!
I'm stuck. I can't swim.
This is my lovely wife, Echo. Don't mind me.
I like what you did there.
Thank you. Like that?
Hey, what's Aquaman going to do about all that sea lice that's eating people in Australia? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see
not.
that.
Oh, my God.
Explain, Blake. Explain.
Apparently, there's sea lice. And apparently, they like meat, but normally they don't attack people. But in this case, they're starting to eat people.
Wow.
And this poor Aussie guy was in the water, and he's like, why am I bleeding profusely? And like hundreds of these little things were literally like eating him like mini piranha.
Wow.
Yeah, they
That's
got photos on his showing his
disturbing.
his calves and feet. It's pretty scary.
To Australia, but not New Zealand.
That's right.
Because
So
I think
New
I'm gonna go
Zealand's
back
okay.
and change my top 5 from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What else we got there?
Memes. Wasn't there? Did you guys see the meme this past week? What was it? One of the Marvel people and Cyclops is telling them, "Hey, don't do it.
Bishop.
Nobody likes it." Bishop's like, I've lived through 1,000 timeline variants, and everybody hates you, Cyclops.
I did not see that.
didn't see that
Cyclops
one?
is scolding Bishop while he's flying the ship,
Yeah.
and Bishop's like, "Yeah, just what Blake said. No one likes you in any timeline, Cyclops."
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, you have to look it up.
Scott Summers is a
Yeah.
dude.
No, he is
Yeah.
not a douche. Scott Summers is awesome.
No- apparently, in no timeline is he awesome.
They were talking. We were watching. My wife and I were watching Hollywood Game Night, and at the end, you have to, try to guess what star they're talking about, the other person, and it came up on the screen, January Jones, and I'm like, oh god, she was, and the guy's like, X-Men, Madman. I was like, don't put her in X-Men. Don't ever talk about her in X-Men.
We like to forget that she played Emma Frost.
Oh, there was that role was supposed to go to somebody else.
Somebody who can act?
Jodie Foster was up for it.
Oh, that wouldn't have been good.
And there was someone else. I'm going to look at that up for you guys. But go ahead.
Jodie, no. When they started making movies, I mean, no, Jodie Foster never would have been good for that role.
January Jones was awful in that.
Well, she was, but I'm going under the assumption that January Jones just can't act.
All right. Well, anyways, moving on. There is the Hobie's Major League Baseball draft, and we're doing left fielders this week.
We are doing left fielders.
All right, Jason.
Yes, we got some good ones here. If you would like to join this, we picked 2 position players for each position that have played during your lifetime. We're trying to make the best team possible.
Pick 2 position players that
Yes.
played a position.
Yes. So this week we're doing 2 left fielders.
Well, it's better than 2 position players that didn't play the position.
You can only pick pitchers who played a position other than pitchers.
Last week we did shortstop, and we did get a couple ones in here. Sean at Pittsburgh Nerd, he had Ozzie Smith and Cal Ripken Jr. Randall Holt,
Ozzy's overrated.
Cal Ripken Jr. and Alex Rodriguez. Let's see here. And Besotted Geek had Alex Rodriguez and Jay Bell, just to let you know. We also had
Is
some
he related to Buddy?
Des Hassan.
No.
Really?
He had Ozzie Smith and Jimmy Rollins. So there you go. He's also
He doesn't want to put together a good team then.
No, Des doesn't want to win.
Okay.
Des also said, I thought I turned in my third baseman, but I'm not sure. He had Mike Schmidt, and he's going to Hobie it with Wade Boggs and Cal Ripken Jr. I don't think you can do that. We had 2. That was the rules.
All right.
So this
You
week
said
we
that
had
was
left
No,
fielders.
he's putting them together as one amalgam person.
You said that was Dez or
That was-
Dev?
Des Hassing.
Dez.
Really? He's
okay.
taking Cal Ripken's time at third base? That was like the end of his career when he wasn't as good.
I don't think he was ever that good.
Well, he
It
is
counts.
I
overrated,
played in a
but-
lot of games. So
If
did
he
Brett
has-
Favre.
hey,
He also was the #1 interception guy.
Just like fantasy baseball, if he's got enough starts in that position, you can place him there, and it opens up your other shortstop for more people.
Well, I'm
There
going
you
to run
go,
around the
better player.
bases.
But
on
he
my
was
last day.
Hobieing it and stuffing more people in there.
This is Hobie. Do what he wants.
I broke the record. Look at me. I'm running around the bases at the Camden Yards, shaking hands. Well, that just delayed the game by 45 minutes. Thanks for everybody that has to work the next day.
Everyone who was at the game wanted to be there and have him run around.
Whatever.
Cal Ripken.
Not one single person in the stand said, geez, I got to work tomorrow.
It wasn't even that big of a deal. He just showed up every day. Congratulations!
But he showed up every day more than anybody
you
else
didn't
did.
you didn't get a cold during summer. Well done, Cal.
He didn't
You
pull
guys
his.
record once a week, and you guys have missed time, so.
He's got a point.
Well, I'm not Cal Ripken. I'm more Billy Ripken.
I'm not getting paid millions of dollars
yet.
But the thing is,
yet.
he was getting paid millions of dollars and could have sat down anytime he wanted.
Oh dear God!
If
Here
he-
we go again.
You know, he could have.
He was no better than Ryan Sandberg.
All right, hold on.
Oh, he was a ton better than Ryan Sandberg.
But-
and I'm not even a
The
fan
pictures
of
that are going to
his.
come out because of this.
Yeah, but what's
I'm going to go to Mom's house and find the most embarrassing pictures of you, and they're coming out on the internet.
You know, the funny thing is, I did actually pick Cal Ripken last week because I thought he was a hell of a shortstop.
I can't wait till you take Jesse Barfield.
yeah,
I am taking Jesse Barfield.
but
Well, I thought we were picking good players.
He can throw somebody out from the warning track.
Oh, well, look at that.
Wow.
I can't hit, but I can throw the ball far.
He batted 220. Anyways, Blake, what were you going to say?
Duvall for the Reds can do that too. He's not on my list.
But he's
wasn't Ripken a snobby douche?
No.
no,
really.
Cal Ripken wasn't.
He wouldn't stay in the same hotel as his teammates, though.
That was because of the media.
I don't have an issue with it.
Sure.
That's because he had crabs and didn't want to, or bed bugs. Didn't
No,
wanna
he
get
actually had
everybody
crabs. Like he brought
yeah.
hermit crabs with him.
Crabs.
Yeah.
For his chef to make crab cakes for him.
Yeah.
So left fielder Sean,
Baltimore,
Pittsburgh Nerd.
yeah, blue crab.
He had Barry Bonds and Ricky Henderson.
Little hint. Sean's right.
Left field for Randall Holt was Ricky Henderson and Barry Bonds. He said, I'm required to do that due to steroids, allegedly.
He put a asterisk
Yes.
after Bonds and A-Rod.
Besotted Geek had Jason Bay and Barry Bonds. I loved Jason Bay growing up. Well, when I was older, actually. I wasn't
I'm
growing
about
up.
to say, you were growing up when Jason Bay played.
No, I wasn't. So I apologize for that. So, Doug, who is your list?
I'm going with Ricky Henderson
Uh-huh.
because I need somebody on my team that speaks in the third person.
That's right.
And then,
Ricky doesn't like that.
that's right, Ricky B. Ricky.
Ricky is the greatest of all time.
I am the greatest. Ricky is the
You know, I used to
Lou
play.
Brock, you were the greatest. Now I'm the greatest.
He's so humble.
Isn't he?
Wasn't Ricky Henderson so humble?
was.
I used to play in Toronto with a guy who wore a helmet on the field too.
That would be me, John Olerud, your first baseman.
And then,
And we played together on the Mets, too.
I mean, that wasn't Dwayne Rudd.
even though he played more games in right field, spoiler alert, my right field are Hank Aaron and Roberto Clemente because I'm old. So my left fielder is going to be Frank Robinson.
Big hurt.
Good.
No,
that-
that's somebody else.
That would,
Hey, all three of those
Blake
are
just
too
said-
old to be on my list, and I'm only a
That would
couple
be
years
Frank
younger than you.
Thomas, Blake, and not Frank Robinson. Frank
get it.
Robinson has never been called the Big Hurt,
get
except
it.
now because he's old. Everything hurts for
Everything
him.
hurts. Yeah, they're all Frank to me.
I thought you were going to say Manny Ramirez.
No. You know, I could get by with Bonds taking steroids, but Manny kept getting caught.
Allegedly.
No, he did. He got caught repeatedly.
Yeah, Bonds never actually got caught.
Right.
He just got
He
people
admitted to
testifying.
it.
He never admitted, did he?
He admitted to taking
Everybody's head grows
cream
naturally
and the
that
clear.
size.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I didn't even know he admitted to it. I just thought his
I think in
doctors.
court he did,
Yeah.
but
What?
he didn't know what it was. He said.
What's yours?
Henderson and Bonds.
Okay.
I tried my damnedest to find people to put other
Yeah.
than Henderson and Bonds, and couldn't do it.
I wanted to. Actually, I had Babe Ruth because he did play left field. But that was
Saw Babe Ruth play?
yeah, that was
impressed.
that was my one of my reincarnations.
Well done.
But I had to go with Barry
Time
Bonds,
traveled.
Barry Bonds, and Davy Johnson.
Ah.
You know what's special about all three of those
Davey
guys?
He
Johnson?
played second base.
That's what I thought. Is it a different Davy Johnson? Or did he maybe play a game in...
Dave Johnson,
Are you thinking Dave Justice?
Dave Justice. Shit, I can't read my own writing.
Yes, Dave Justice did play
Sorry.
left field. Okay.
Dave Justice. Sorry. But you know what's great about all three of those guys?
That you don't know them?
No,
What is great about all three of those guys?
they're all left-handers in left field.
All right. Yay.
You know, my high school gym teacher scouted Dave Justice.
I think
Hey, I don't want to hear about that pedophilia.
our aunt actually taught Dave Justice, didn't she?
No, Ken Griffey.
Oh, Ken Griffey, that's right. Okay, so
God, you guys suck.
my list is
If
unfortunately
they cut Ted Griffey, do they also teach Barry Larkin? Or
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think she was there at the time.
I unfortunately have to do Ricky Henderson. Unfortunately,
I tried not to have to, but
Ricky Henderson thanks you for choosing Ricky Henderson.
yes. And then I'm going a little bit different. Luis Gonzalez from Arizona.
I like Luis Gonzalez. But if I want to win, he was about 14th on my list.
I liked him.
At least.
Yeah. The only other one I actually gave serious thought to was Albie Bell. But
Albert Bell.
Albert Bell had the numbers, and Albert Bell was
Joey.
real good for several years. But if I'm putting an asshole on my team, I'll go with Ricky Henderson and Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Albert Bell is a good asshole, too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's difficult choices right
Well,
there.
that's what I'm saying. But it was like, well, the three. I'm picking two of three, And they're all assholes, so the asshole factor isn't going to factor into it. So I'll just go with the two I think are the best.
Yeah.
I know. I suppose the guys with the records.
Yeah. All right, that's good. All right, so
What about Yaz?
Yaz.
I never saw him play. I'm too young for Yes.
When were you born?
71.
You would have been a young
man.
child.
Well, yeah, but I didn't watch him when I was 2.
Well, no, it's just in your lifetime.
Yeah, I know, but I never saw him. I have to pick someone who I've seen play.
Ah, you had to play in your lifetime.
Yeah, okay. The 2 years he played in my lifetime, he wasn't
I
that
think
good.
more than that.
I don't know.
He
how
retired
that-
when Bench did.
I don't know when he retired.
He was
He
bad
was
by
in
then.
Boston, and I
Yeah.
wasn't watching Boston anyway when I was 5. So, because fuck Boston and their sports.
Except for the Patriots, right?
Well, they're not in Boston. They're in
Good point,
Foxborough.
Good point. What about the Celtics?
Oh, fuck the Celtics.
What about the Bruins?
Fuck the Bruins.
What? Cam Neely's awesome.
Is he playing?
I don't know. I haven't been following hockey. Is he,
Yeah,
is he still
no.
playing? Oh, okay.
And you know, if you live in Boston or you're one of the Marky Mark family, we apologize.
I don't apologize. I hate your sports teams, Boston.
Yeah, you're cut off.
And
You've
I
had
also-
enough.
And the Boston sports teams are actually better than the Foxborough sports teams. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
What? Oh, well, okay. As much as I hate to admit it, I do have to say that he is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Tim
you.
Brady.
Yes.
Nah.
He is.
Yes.
There.
Hey, all of his Super Bowls were within like 3 or 6 points. All the Super Bowls they won or lost were based on one play that could have made or break them. One play.
Well,
One field goal, one touchdown, whatever. One play.
and your point being, did he end up in the winning column? That's what matters. W or L.
He helped the team end up in the winning column.
He was the only reason the team
He
was in
wasn't the only reason.
Well, you're right. Their kicker deserved to get the MVP of the first 2
Yeah,
Super Bowls.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
But
Get some
No.
kicker respect here.
and they shouldn't even have been in that one.
Because if they
Fucking
lose those
tuck
2 or
play.
3, how great of all time is he at that point?
But he won them. You
Yeah, he
said
still
if.
made it.
You're-
All right. So then what you're saying
I'm
is
saying he won them.
So what you're saying
I-
is
I don't
LeBron
like-
the King, James the King,
Yeah.
LeBron the King,
Yeah.
greatest of all time.
Has he
In the
won the
NBA.
most?
Yes, he is. He's the GOAT.
He hasn't won 6.
He averaged a triple double.
But he hasn't
One of
won
the only
6
players winning.
championships.
But he was in 6.
Oh, great. He showed up.
Okay.
In a
And
row.
he didn't win.
Bill Russell won 10 or 11.
Yeah, but that was in the old days. You only had 10 teams.
I
kept
can
playing
agree
each
with that
other.
argument.
Played with a wooden basketball.
He played with stiff white guys.
Oh. According to Doug, so is his wife tonight for their anniversary. I don't know.
All right, but anyway.
Moving on.
It's going to be awkward when she listens to this tomorrow.
That's all right.
Right.
At least somebody's wife listens.
Now, according to the outline, we sandwiched the MLB draft with another Doug feedback question.
Everybody loves a good Doug
Correction.
sandwich.
There you go.
We got A-pans.
An
You know,
A-pan sandwich.
I know Jason doesn't make mistakes, but
The intern does.
there isn't a no, because you're saying it.
Well, that's true.
There isn't a Mon Mothra.
What?
There's a Mothra that fights Godzilla,
Yeah, I knew that.
and then there's Mon Mothma who's in Star Wars.
Are you sure?
There is no Mon Mothra.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was?
I thought George Lucas did it as an honor to Mothra.
No,
I'm almost positive there's a
No.
Mon Mothra.
no.
I just picture the big flying Mothra talking about the Death Star.
I could just picture, like the actress playing Mon Mothma with the big wings, moth wings.
I like it. I like it. I think you're incorrect, though. I'm just saying. What else we got there, Blake?
All right, next we got some listener reviews. This one's from Bob.
Bob.
Just Bob. He said, 3-year-old review you didn't want. No, that's not true. We still want your reviews, even
Doesn't
if they
matter.
are 3 years old. No reviews.
Can't
should
wait for
go.
the
That's
for the
right.
Birth of a Nation review. Let's do that.
That's right. He said, I finally finished first season of Daredevil. Good Lord, that season should have been like 4 episodes.
Wow.
I would say 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went a little too long, but 4, yeah, that's hard.
I feel like the Netflix ones could have gone, like Daredevil and Luke Cage could have done 8, and I
What
would
do you
have
think
been
about
okay.
Jessica Jones? How long that should got?
5 episodes is great.
Yeah.
5 episodes is great.
I usually can't get through a scene more than 30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's good. In that minute, huh?
But yeah, I'd
Wait a
say,
minute, are we
yeah, they were
watching
all
the same
10
Jessica
episodes,
Jones?
and
I don't think
probably
so.
8 for all of them. Probably would have, especially season 2 of Daredevil.
Yeah, for season 2 kind of dragged, I thought.
Well, all you guys have seen more Daredevil than he has. So, anyways,
Anyways, what else we got?
blind man jokes. Thank you. Besotted Geek.
Oh, we thought you meant seen more than Bob has. I'm like, yeah, Bob only saw 1 season. He told us in the question,
That's what we call a joke time bomb. A joke grenade. I throw it,
and it duds because no one understood.
I'll be
the
honest,
and then boom.
You probably should have jumped on that yourself.
I should have. All right, from Besotted Geek. Says thoughts on Forces of Destiny. Hashtag LF. Was that for left field or listener feedback?
Both.
Both.
And then he says hashtag potential down the hall.
Do I know what?
What are Forces of Destiny?
Isn't that the virtual reality Star Wars thing coming to Disney Springs?
No. It's a canon animated micro series that takes place around all eras of the Star Wars universe. Consists of 16 episodes. It began airing online on Disney YouTube channel in July and aired on television on July 9th. First 8 episodes, after the release of the first 8 episodes. It's accompanied by Toyline and tie-in books. Basically, it's minis of Rey, Princess Leia. Who's that one, Doug? I can never think of that.
Ahsoka Tano.
Thank you.
Mon Mothra?
No. Rey is in it. Jane Erso's in it.
Jyn
There's-
Erso?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jane Erso better.
Anyways. Yeah, so they're little mini ones. They're fun. I do like them.
They're mini what?
mini cartoon, like just little
Oh.
action things.
Like the Clone Wars
you-
started out.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you keep like holding up your fingers like they're like little miniature figures.
That's-
They're little mini ones.
He's holding them up so people watching on the live feed can.
could
Yes.
be
Yeah.
more confused. Because-
Princess Leia is in Ewok Escape. Sands of Jakku. That is Rey.
Fuck you, Jakku.
Oh, I'm going under the assumption it's all just based off of women in.
No.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh, is
they,
it-
I was
okay.
just trying to figure out what the potential down the hall had to
Yeah.
be. I
Oh.
suppose maybe because it's the women of the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
girl
Good for
power.
them.
Or those that identify as women.
The cartoon. Hey, I like
Exactly.
it.
universe.
Down the-
When did the Powerpuff Girls join the Star Wars universe? That would be cool.
Not soon enough. The action figures actually look pretty damn cool. I have to admit, those are pretty badass. So well done, guys.
Pretty badass.
All right, great. Moving on from the Pop Culture Cafe. Who do you hope to talk to at the expo? Any guests you want to talk to? And then they got a follow-up question. But let's talk about the comic expo. Who do you guys want to hope to talk to?
Kel from Keenan and Kel.
And you just want to ask them.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
That's right.
I like a strawberry jacuzzi. Strawberry jacuzzi!
Because I'm sure no one has ever said that to him.
I don't really
before.
care. Strawberry jacuzzi!
You know, the breaking news is they just got the lady that plays Poison Ivy
From
in Gotham.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I want to ask her?
What's that?
You know, it was kind of like cool when you got like older,
Yeah. When you went from like 12 to like
12 to like
23.
legal.
How did you do that in the summer? You got legal.
How did you feel about them wanting to sexualize your role for Poison Ivy for making her a little girl to you?
I don't know why they did that.
I really liked your character in Game of Thrones.
She's a Game of
How was it
Thrones.
kissing Jon Snow?
Machine Game?
Oh, is it a different redhead? Sorry. Shit. Another joke grenade.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Give a body part.
All
Anyways,
redheads are the same woman?
whatever. All right, moving on. What about you? Who do you want to talk to?
Ralph Macchio's
Who do you
there.
want to see? Ralph Macchio. I know. Karate Kid. Huh? No. Yeah.
What?
What?
No.
Who?
Doug, who do you want to see? Ape Hands.
I don't want to see.
There's no Avatar people there.
I want to hear Brett Iwan the voice of Mickey Mouse.
Oh!
Geez, Daisy, what are you doing?
Are anyone doing panels?
I kind of feel like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
they've announced them yet.
yeah, they've announced the panels, yeah.
Yeah, see,
I feel like
that's
I was-
what I'm looking forward to see who's on panels.
I felt like I was just a Janice from the Friends and not Mickey Mouse.
You weren't even close to Janice on Friends, so
Hi, Mickey.
Doug, was that good? Was that good? Okay, sorry, just checking.
Oh, no.
Oh,
well, hell, you can just talk to Blake if you want to talk to Mickey Mouse.
Hello, A-Pants. You want to talk to me? You have to mortgage your house. Never mind. Use this magic bracelet I gave you. Just wave it in front of this wand. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
I think you might be a better impersonator than me.
You think?
Well, Hunter McAllister's here.
Oh God.
I lost to Mickey.
No, but Paul Bocacce has a follow. It says apparently Jeremy Latcham, Kevin Feige, second in command, is leaving Marvel Studios to take over 20th Century Fox. Will this maybe get Fox movies a good kick at knees with him in charge?
I hope to God so.
Well,
I mean,
can't make it worse.
hopefully, yeah. The if they decide to go on with Fantastic Four,
They did say they are going to,
well, they have to, or they lose the rights. So
Yeah.
they keep doing it.
along with the Doctor Doom prequel.
Oh, yay!
Doctor Doom prequel.
So I don't need to see a prequel of Doctor Doom. I just need Doctor Doom to be done right.
Aren't we living through the prequel of Doctor Doom right now with the Supreme Overlord?
Down the hall.
Isn't this how it happens?
This is how it begins.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and maybe they'll get the X-Men on track when they reboot it.
Well, they're going through time travel. I'm sure that's going to help.
Well, they're rebooting it all, and now they
And Cyclops is
once they fix
still a
it,
douche.
once they fix it with their time travel, now they can. Go
I have
on
no
the
idea
right-
how they're going to fix this shit.
They start over. That's all they got to do.
Hey, you know
Start it
what?
over.
Work for Spider-Man.
Yeah, once
Just
once-
reboot. Just ignore everything.
Once the Dark Phoenix or whatever is done, they just blow up the universe and start over.
Just to keep Deadpool and the New Mutants.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What about The Gifted?
Well, that looks good.
It looks good.
There you
That's
go.
the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Apache Chief is in it.
I don't think that's Apache
It's
Chief.
Warpath. Thunderbird.
No.
Well, he was originally went by the name Thunderbird after
Yeah.
his brother, and then went out and got his own nickname, code name as Warpath.
Apache Chief.
But that's a DC character.
That's when he gets really big, right?
Yeah, it helps Peter Griffin put the satellite on top of the roof.
And he says in neck chalk to grow
Yes.
big, not Apache Chief.
No, Chuck. Same thing.
It was.
It was still stereotypical, awful, and wrong. So let's just go with that.
well, that was true.
Horrible character.
Let's have Dez's opinion first.
No. Everybody
Before
knows
we
that
form an
Apache Chief
opinion.
But
was
they also
awful.
brought in the horrible
Genghis Khan guy. Samurai. Yes.
Genghis. He was Japanese, not Mongolian.
That's true. That's true. My bad.
He said the Japanese word for invisible and turned invisible, or the Japanese word for wind and turned into wind. It's like, wow, great power. Just say Japanese words and you get to be whatever you want to be.
Kamikaze. No, you said wind. Divine wind. Kamikaze
divine
means
wind.
divine wind.
Divine wind, though. So
Yeah.
he just said Kazi
Or Kami.
or Kama,
don't know.
whichever one.
We don't
Kama the wrestler? Doug? Kama the wrestler?
Yeah.
the only Japanese I speak is Ohio.
And that means,
Good morning.
ah,
It doesn't mean the state of Ohio.
it doesn't
obviously.
mean
Yeah.
beautiful like we were taught in school. That's what Ohio meant.
I thought no, that's probably Native
Bastardized
American.
version.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's not in Japanese. We were taught it was in whatever.
Yeah, the Ohio Valley.
Yeah, whichever Native American tribe lived in this area.
Yeah.
What else we got? Let's keep going.
Nick the Gimp, has Game of Thrones become too predictable? I've been able to call a bunch of the scenes this season.
Well, yeah, it's come too predictable. They can't follow George R. R. Martin's scripts anymore, so they're just making it up, and it's close to the predictable. I mean,
correct.
Granted, I didn't see the dragon attack this week on the loot train. I didn't see it coming. I thought she was going right after the city.
No, because that's not what she wants to do yet. But however, I'd like to know what Nick's take on the Dothraki horde crossing the continent.
I don't want to know anyone's take on that anymore.
Or better yet, Dev, because he is the Psy guy. Speaking of Dev, he says, how many more seasons will Riverdale get from the Hate Watchers?
None from the Hate Watchers. From the people that love the show, I hope it goes on for 7 more seasons.
Oh God, none.
What?
It will get a second season, and then they'll realize that
It's
you made
awesome.
a big mistake. and
Hey, Paige, you're a big
cancel it
fan of this show.
immediately.
Your wife is.
My wife is.
Yes. I appreciate that.
You know, with all the, I only have so much time to watch things. Gotham's on the bubble. I have like 13 episodes still. I have them on DVR, but Riverdale might be the other one.
I did that with Arrow. I deleted Arrow. I'm just going to catch up next season. Actually, I didn't delete them yet. I got 14 episodes. I'm going to start fresh next season. It's fine.
Just go to the last one.
That's what I'm figuring. And I read what
aren't they
happened.
rebooting everything anyway in Arrow?
Not rebooting, but it's going to be... They're going to get rid of some people. I don't know. Who the fuck knows?
Well, what's his name's coming back, isn't he? Roy Harper?
Nah, I don't know if that's been confirmed yet or not.
Oh, okay.
I would love for him to come back. But I would like to see a show just with him. Make it Red Arrow. Have a good day.
This tells you how good Riverdale is. It's a Riverdale question, and he's talking about Arrow.
Exactly.
There's nothing more to talk about. Riverdale is perfect. Case closed. Boom! Judge Wapner says done.
All right, good. Case closed, so we can stop talking about it.
Okay, moving on.
Forever.
Kevin at Cincy Explorer found a copy of Rat Race on VHS from Hollywood Video. What do you think the late fees would be on it? Well, Hollywood Video still exists
They do?
in some places. Yeah, they still have
Are
Hollywood
they still
Videos.
the corporate Hollywood Video? Because I know there's a couple of straggling blockbusters out there, but they are not related to the corporation of Blockbuster.
6 blockbusters are in Alaska. 3 are in Texas.
Okay.
So I found that out. Also, if anybody wants to know, I posted on our Facebook page today. The last Blockbuster Twitter page is pretty damn funny.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, they're putting out. They like give all the employees like 1 week to run their Twitter page.
Well, it's a fake thing.
Well, yeah.
But yes,
Yeah, they have a Twitter page, and it's the employees from one of the Blockbusters.
Oh, is that
out
what
there.
it is?
And they like take turns every week tweeting.
It is pretty damn funny.
It is funny. You did post it on our Facebook page.
Yes, so go there to take a look at it.
And also, wouldn't it have been a great thing when you knew the Blockbusters were closing and going down? How many people just went there to rent DVDs and never return them?
Well, I think they were selling them at the end.
Yeah.
I actually went to the official Blockbuster Twitter page.
Yeah.
They haven't updated it since 2014. And,
I didn't know they were still around in 2014.
yeah. Let me just make sure here. But anyways,
So he doesn't get sued by Blockbuster.
the official Twitter feed for Blockbuster. January 2014. Last chance. Blockbuster store closes at 5 p.m. today. Discounts up to 90%. Get DVDs and Blu-rays for 99 cents. That's their last tweet ever. So it's a shame. I think we should buy a Blockbuster. I think that is one of the
That was
things
a
we should
great
do.
episode of South Park.
I think we should do it. So, anything else going on?
No, this is pretty strange. This is from Hunter McAllister.
Hunter McAllister is on Twitter.
I can't do Hunter McAllister, so why don't you read them?
Oh, okay.
No, not you.
So Hunter McAllister
I was looking at Jeff,
says,
but I meant Jason.
instead of live PD, I prefer Day Night Live on Lifetime Network. With same concept, but with dates.
Actually, you know what? You do a better Hunter McAllister than Jason.
Sweet.
None of you know Hunter McAllister, so shut the fuck up.
He doesn't know you according to his Twitter page.
Well, it's a good thing you talked to Live PD before we got to this, because I was reading the show outline and I'm like, I don't know what Live PD is.
Great show. Just to let you know, one of the few things on Last Blockbuster, one of their tweets, asking us why we don't have Blu-rays is like asking a homeless person why they don't have a MacBook Pro. Well done. Sorry, it just made me laugh. Moving on, what's next?
Scab Jeff.
Yes.
Scab Jeff. So,
He's been banned.
... I watched the first. Well, he's trying to get on your good side, obviously, because he said I just watched the first episode of Riverdale. Ass kisser. Should I be concerned that I want to watch the second? Hashtag, is it too late for me? Is it weird that the murder is the least intriguing part?
Well, don't worry, because they forget about the murder for about 7 episodes, and then they come back to it, so it's
unfortunately,
okay.
the murder was the most intriguing part, I thought.
Actually, if a person likes La La Land this much, I could see how Riverdale would rope him in.
But I hate La La Land, but I love Riverdale, so it's kind of a quandary.
He's just trying to get on your good side, Jason.
I know. Welcome back, Jeff. You're back.
That's all it took?
The lifetime ban
Question?
lasted 1 week.
I noticed how
Like a breath of silence.
I noticed how Jason got a hold of the intern and had him cut all the references and whatnot. We got some feedback about our Mary Fuck Kill segment.
That's next week. We got some of that for next week.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, when Jeannie's on, we'll discuss it.
Yes.
All right, we're saving our FMK.
And we also have something
Or
from...
MLK.
He got a lot of people insulting his picks. So.
Okay.
we also have some from Your Lover is next week as well. So just to let you know.
We let no-
Nick Albright. We got some Nick Albright for next week. We got some
we
Nick
weren't
Albright.
expecting Blake.
We were not expecting Blake this week, so the
Okay.
intern did not put it on. So we apologize, Nick. We got some for you, though, next week.
All right. So we're going to get some clarification on our FMK or MFK or KFM,
Exactly.
Yes.
KMFDM.
Yes.
All right. So, anyways, that's another joke grenade that you guys aren't going to get. But I bet Henna will get it.
Are you talking about the terrible, terrible band that?
Yeah, I'm talking about German nihilists.
Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible band.
No, they're not. They're actually pretty good. Their early
Still
stuff's
want the
pretty
money,
nice.
Lebowski.
Isn't it like just a bunch of techno crap?
No, not technically.
Not technically.
Leia.
Because it was before it was called techno.
Leia.
No, it was
Leia.
industrial.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Anyways, what are we doing?
The
Dr.
crappy
Noah.
industrial German band. Okay.
We're eventually going to get to sell everything else.
So, anyways, Professor Number One at Dr. Number One says, will you be giving an analysis of the Tour de France?
No.
No.
And so,
It's kind of like horse racing. Nobody fucking talks about cycling except for the 2 weeks that this goes on, and then everybody's a fucking expert.
oh, it's because we're not European. If you're European, you'd be like following
No, fuck
cycling
it.
shit every week.
Fuck it. Hate it.
I don't think they really do.
Yeah, they do.
Let us know.
You know how many fucking Euros I have to avoid when I was driving on the autopistas out there, riding around in their gay little bike suits?
I'm Blake. I'm just awesome. I go to Europe.
Bike doesn't mean they're always following it and talking about it.
I'm Blake.
Oh,
I
my
go to Europe. Look at
We'll be
me.
talking to the 365 guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll ask them how into cycling they
If
are.
they have a unitard bicycling outfit, I'm going to be very upset with them.
Oh, they're coming to Cincinnati with one.
You drive a car, do you follow NASCAR?
Vaguely.
He is
I-
selling his house. Does he follow House Hunters?
Yeah. No. You know, I did follow Formula for a while, especially when they had the Grand Prix back in Indianapolis.
The Grand Prix
Yeah,
of
US.
Formula 1.
Grand Prix Formula
am Blake. I go to Europe.
You know, I always thought he was Hunter McAllister on Twitter.
I think he might be.
Michael Schumacher. I got to watch that all those years. Anyways.
Anyways, moving on. Let's do some news of the geek.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Okay, news of the geek. Per IGN, this is the new version of Amy Pascal. The new version of X-Men and Spider-Man and Sony are rolled into one. The Mummy and the Dark Universe. Per IGN, the future of the Mummy, the future of the Mummy director Alex Kurtzman involvement with Universal's Dark Universe franchise is in doubt. When asked, Kurtzman said, "You know, the truth is, I don't know if he's still involved. I really don't know. I haven't really decided," is the honest answer. So, then The Mummy, which opened to poor domestic box office and poor critical response, is not showing signs of a good Dark Universe connection. They said Kurtzman is slated to produce 2019's The Bride of Frankenstein, which is the next one in the Dark Universe,
Yep.
as well as films featuring the creature from the Black Lagoon. I would watch that. Invisible Man? Nope. And Van Helsing? Nope.
Got to be better than the last Van Helsing attempt.
The answer by Kurtzman came in the wake of another question about knowing when to call it quits on a franchise. I have to stay interested in it, he said. I have to feel like my passion is there for it. I think in the case of Star Trek, if your passion isn't there, you shouldn't be doing it. So there you go. Kurtzman is on Star Trek Discovery. In a separate interview, Kurtzman addressed the Mummy's box office success in China and whether or not future Dark Universe films might be tailored to a foreign audience. Yes.
Should be.
That's what everything's going to. It's hard for me to know is the truth, he said. I think every movie will be different. I certainly know that the legacy of the monsters have endured across the world throughout the years. Almost a century. So I have to believe American audiences will find it too with the right ingredients.
You know what? With, burning passion such as that, how could he fail?
My issue is... Okay, so first off, Johnny Depp is the Invisible Man. Javier Bardem is the Frankenstein's monster. Russell Crowe's reprising his role as Dr. Jekyll.
What?
Yeah. Bride of Frankenstein will be directed by Beauty and the Beast Bill Condon and is set for February 2019.
It'll be a musical.
I hope so.
That would make it better.
It involves bestiality, so he knows that. My thing is, I love the Dark Universe idea, but...
You're the one.
Well, I love the old Universal monsters.
You're the one.
Thank you. The problem is, what are they teaming up for? Why are we doing this?
My question is, you got the Universal monsters and everything, but aren't all of them pretty much public domain?
I'm not sure.
Can't anyone? Dracula public domain, Frankenstein public domain.
It's like a rudderless ship without a captain. This whole franchise seems to be moving.
But they got Russell Crowe.
So?
He's the Nick Fury
But
of
he's
the group.
the captain and commander.
I am the captain.
No, that's Master and Commander.
Oh, master. Oh, so he's not a captain.
That's masturbating in Commander.
No, he was a captain, but he's... Stop it!
I missed
He's
it.
not an Admiral Kirk.
He's not a Captain Admiral.
Let's see here. Per the Hollywood Reporter, the Dark Tower film opened this past Friday. And now there's a potential TV series that's going to be taking a big step forward, too, because the Dark Tower movie did so well. Glenn Mazzara, The Walking Dead, has been tapped to serve as a showrunner for the TV adaptation of the Stephen King series. The TV take, envisioned as a straight-to-series project, is in its early stages, and a network is not yet attached. Sources state that it is being eyed for a short order between 10 and 13 episodes on a home at a home for cable or streaming outlets by producers. Set to begin in 2018. Glenn Mazzara did The Walking Dead, and he was on that for 2 seasons, I think. Yeah. He did the horrible second season, so that was not good.
That was the barn.
Yeah, the farm.
I like how you can pick out one season in that show that's been horrible.
The second season was awful.
Well,
tell us about
slow.
Dark Tower, Blake.
All right, I got to see Dark Tower this weekend. Right now, I am a Stephen King fan, but I haven't read all his books religiously. I've handpicked some books.
Have you read the Dark Tower books?
I have not read the Dark Tower books.
Okay.
Actually, it was recommended to me to read the Dark Tower books.
Same here.
So I said, go ahead and explain it to me. And they said, well, it's about this cowboy who wants to kill a sorcerer. And I went, time out. I'm a genre segregationist.
Oh,
right?
You're like Jason is with his toys?
That's right. Okay?
Yeah.
If I want a Western, I want a Western. If I want a fantasy, I want a fantasy. I want an adventure, I want an adventure. If I want,
So you didn't see Cowboys versus Aliens?
No, I did not see Cowboys versus Aliens. So to me, it's just my personal preference. If I'm in a genre, I'd like to stay there. Okay,
Well,
sci-fi. There's, so it was described to me.
Fantasy could be anything.
I think along the lines
any
of
genre.
Well, that's where our definitions are a little different, I guess. But, anyways, it was like a Western meets sci-fi meets fantasy thing, and I said, no, count me out. Well, first I said, well, how many books? Are like 8 or 10? 7? I said,
I don't know,
count me out. Right? Because when I think fantasy, I think Tolkien.
You
in
your mind,
Black Company.
You can't get past the
I like which is
the Middle Ages feel of it.
Yeah, basically.
So you wouldn't call what do you call it? Back to the Future fantasy.
No, that's sci-fi. Back to the Future is sci-fi, in my right? Yeah.
if you want to.
Okay.
You would call Star Wars fantasy?
Yeah, and they go like the Elfstones of Shannara, right?
Yeah, well, I'd rather...
That was fantasy, but it gets revealed. It's really just a futuristic Earth after nuclear war and all that kind of stuff. And,
Well, yeah.
and so I like.
So that took you out of it,
It
knowing
takes
it's
me
in the
as
future?
soon as I found that out. It kind of takes me out of it because I'm like, no, that's not what I want. The gnomes are radioactive, people or whatever.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's if that's your thing, you can go with it. Then run with it. I'm not going to hold you back.
I just know, God, that television show.
But
is not good.
here's what I thought about the Dark Tower. Knowing that it was an 8-book series, and I went with a couple of people, one who had read the series,
Yes.
who was anxious to see the movie,
Yes.
and I said, isn't it kind of interesting that this is a one and all wrap it up movie for an
Yes, I
8-book
didn't realize
series?
that until like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and
I thought it
it's
was-
like, and so I asked him. I said, going into this, I said, let me know your thoughts afterwards because I'm going in blind, only on precognitions of what people have told me. And you know what? It was okay. I didn't get into a number of the characters because I thought it was too accelerated. And so when I talked to my buddy who had read the series, that's the first thing he says, like, wow, that was really accelerated. And in all honesty, they don't talk to the Man in Black until like the last 30 pages, the first book, and etc. So he was fine with it as is, but he wasn't super psyched about it. I was mediocre on it.
Yeah.
I could have cared less or not cared less. Interesting story at times. Very predictable, but very fast because I guess that's what you got to do.
Yeah, if you're putting like 8 books into
If you're putting books
a
into it.
movie,
So,
I'm disappointed to hear that.
yeah. So I would give it B-.
All right.
There you go.
So, terrible movie. Okay.
You know what I liked best about it? The preview for Kingsman.
So I'm glad that you're excited about potential sequels to it.
Sure.
How's Idris Elba's third leg?
Didn't see it.
Do you think that they could do a TV series and fill it out and make it more
I think
interesting
if they
in a series?
yes, I think if you could identify and graft onto the characters a little bit better. I mean, they tried to set it up between him and his dad, and then him and the boy, Idris Elba, and it just didn't. I didn't understand it. I was like, it's too fast, too whatever for
Too
60
furious?
seconds. Too fast and furious for 60 seconds, and then the Man in Black's motivations of why he wanted to bring down the dark. It didn't really make sense. I'm like, why would you want to bring down the destruction of all creation?
Because he's evil?
What's in it for you?
The destruction of all creation?
What's in it for you?
Well,
Do you get to live to see the destruction of all creation and for everybody to take over?
I suppose.
Or does it lead to like universal dominance or something? I don't know.
You don't
Who
know.
are these people working for them? I don't know who these people working for them. The skin people? Why are they wearing skin? Why do they look like rat faces? Who is the Man in Black? He's just some sorcerer? Is he an old guy that's bitter about the universe?
So too many
I mean,
questions and not enough answers.
I don't understand the motivations. I didn't get it. Man in Black. Oh, wait, so lame. Hold on a second. So the cowboy, the gunslinger,
Yes.
Idris Elba's character.
Yes.
It's my duty to kill the Man in Black. Well, what have you been doing for the past couple centuries after your dad got whacked?
Trying to kill him?
And you're just like having a campfire outside of where the Man in Black lives?
Wait
You
to
haven't
see-
gotten around to that for 30 years?
He's been waiting for
40
him to
years?
walk in front of the window.
100
so he can
years?
Get a shot.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't get it. But that's okay. If you're a Stephen King fan and you're a fan of the books, I hope you liked it. But I agree. If it was a drawn-out series like you're talking about, 10 to 13, where I can understand motivations and what's driving the characters to do the things they do, then I understand. It's like what's his name in Misto? Doctor
Fisto?
Strange. No,
Oh.
Doctor Strange. No, I know the purpose of Mr. Fisto. No, I'm talking about Doctor Strange. What's this guy that Kaluk?
Yeah.
Caecilius?
Caecilius? What's his purpose of bringing about the destruction of the universe?
Just to have fun.
And what's he benefit from it?
To have fun.
Because
Why? I don't understand. why you want to bring about the end of all creation and all the destruction of everything for eternity? What's the point? What's in it for you? There's nothing.
I think he
Don't you
thinks-
die too?
I think he thinks he gets to rule over the.
Of what? Everything's gone.
Well, yeah, but he gets to rule over the ashes.
Of what?
It's a Littlefinger.
What fun
thing.
is that?
Oh, it's Littlefinger. Littlefinger wants to rule the ashes.
Exactly. This has been anyways. But anyways, that's my whole question. Motivations, I didn't understand it. I didn't know who the loose skin people were. I didn't understand the rat face looking dude. There's a lot of stuff that just didn't make a lot of sense to me, and that's probably why it's actually released to a lot of mixed reviews.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Anything else on News of the Geek?
Yeah, we're good now.
All right. Any quickies or anything?
No, we're good. Vin Diesel's trying to remake Miami Vice.
I'll pass.
Yep, there you go. Jeff, how did you like the original movie?
The movie Miami
Yes.
Vice with Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
God awful.
Would have been better with Colin Firth.
Much better with Colin Firth. But they did add Go Fast boats.
They did have Go Fast boats. Michael Mann did that one. He can do no wrong.
Yeah, thanks,
And he did.
Mike.
Was the musical score done by Jan Hammer?
I think it was based off of Jan Hammer's original score, but they
Then they
updated
had to
it.
DJ Khaled it and fuck it up?
Something like that, yes.
Okay.
In a world where so many podcasts offer TV and movie news, along comes another one filled to the brim with podcasty goodness that is only slightly better at best.
Admit it, you're always looking for a new brand of meaningless movie nonsense in your podcast diet.
Look for the 365 Flicks podcast on Twitter, iTunes, Stitcher, and all good third-party podcast apps. You can also swing by the Facebook page.
Come join in on the adventures of Kev, a pissy ex-video store clerk,
and Chris, a Scottish Whedon Hall.
We're your vocal heroes of pissy opinion.
We bring you all the latest TV and movie news, reviews, and general geeky rants,
as well as a bunch of top fives that you really won't care about. So whether you're Team Iron Man or Team Cap,
you're Team Batman or Team Superman,
drop on by the 365 Flicks podcast, where the Chris vs. Kev Civil War never stops.
This is the podcast you're looking for.
Hey, Hobie listeners, what are you guys doing September 22nd through the 24th of 2017? Well, if you're in or around Cincinnati, or even if not, because we even have people come from the UK. Good day, mates. To the Cincinnati Comic Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center. We got lots of guests. We got Scott Snyder, comic book fame, is going to be there. Maggie Jiha, who is also the Poison Ivy from Gotham. I probably said that name wrong. Also, Julian Glover is going to be there. Jason Isaacs, who's in the new Star Trek Discovery show. Also, Brett Iwan, who is the voice of Mickey Mouse. This, plus lots of exhibitors, vendors, everything else, cosplay, anything you need. Plus, on Saturday night is the Harry Potter Geek Prom. So, come September 22nd through the 24th. Get your tickets now at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. And Hobie will even be there, so you get to say hi to us. Doesn't that make your day? Thanks.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, this week in Box Office Bombs. Per 411mania.com, Detroit delivered the most disappointing opening of the weekend, finishing at number 8 with $7.3 million on a $34 million budget.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Catherine Bigelow's historical fact-based drama opened well below the low to mid-teens that was expected of it.
Yeah, it got great buzz, but they said the issue was that they did not release at the right time. They released it in the summertime when you have all these blockbusters, and they're like, well, this is the counter-programming to the big blockbusters.
Oh, that never works.
No, not in the summertime. They said if they would have released it in November or December, you would have had a lot more buzz, which you still might for Oscars.
But that's not going to help them at the box office
correct.
Unless they re-release or hold back on an expand. Well, was it open in all markets, or did they just open it?
This was wide release. They had 1 week of 20 markets or 20 theaters or something like that, and then they boomed it out in 2000, and they said they would have been better if they would have taken their time and done a slow burn with it.
usually a movie of that caliber.
And then
usually
maybe
does
even
that.
release in September, middle of September.
Oh yeah, wait till September to release things like that. Counterbalancing. I mean, people who are already going to the movies. I don't know if the summer crowd is what you need to boost it.
Summer of George.
Like I said, that counter. I mean, when Star Trek Episode 3, the Revenge of the Synth.
Star Wars, you mean?
What did I say?
Star Trek.
Oh God. So when Tron came out, I mean...
You know, Besotted Geek, one of our friends that has a podcast, and great podcast, you should listen, Besotted Geek. But he's a Star Wars fan. He hates Star Trek.
No, I think it's the other way around.
No, I don't think so. And he was talking about how Chewbacca was the best ally for Captain Kirk. I think he was great. Great second guy. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, so Star Trek, Revenge of the Sith.
So Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith, when that came out, you know... I wouldn't want to be the studio that was releasing About a Boy the same day.
Yeah, but About a Boy was better.
Well, yeah, I'll agree with that.
About a Boy was really
I didn't
good.
like any of the prequels, but
yeah,
it's like sometimes you just let a movie or let a season do its thing, especially if you don't have.
How funny would it have been? Like, yeah, I got my movie. After all these years, I finally got my movie that I wanted. They're finally releasing it. You're going against Star Wars. Well, fuck me. Fuck that.
Well, it could be
Son of a
worse.
bitch.
You could have been Zoolander, where it came out like the week of September 11th, and nobody went to the movies that weekend.
There you go.
And sorry for that abrupt cut, but we have a guest now entering the studio.
Hey, Pans, Doug is back. He's been quiet.
Yes.
No, but he's been here the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed.
We've got our beloved sponsor, Andrew, from the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Welcome, Andrew.
Sitting opposite the table of me. I can't see him because there's a big lamp in the way.
It's all right. I could see him. He's wearing this nice T-shirt which says "Believe in Heroes," which should be bigger because when he first entered, I thought it said "Believe in Herpes."
Welcome, Andrew. Thanks for that. Would you like to say hi so everybody knows your voice again?
Hello.
There you go. So he's going to join us for the last 20 minutes or so. We say 20
I have
minutes.
a question for him.
Yes. Uh-oh.
There we go.
I'm going to be a VIP at the expo. Will there be people throwing rose petals in front of me as I walk? Is that what I get for it?
No, that's only if you got the super VIP.
Oh, now you tell me.
Super VIP.
Does it help?
There's always a level higher than what you got.
Does it help that he's here on his 10-year anniversary of his marriage? He's doing this instead of being at his house.
Because he wanted to talk
Tonight?
to you.
Yes.
Yeah, he wanted to talk to you.
That is
I
dedication.
really doubt that.
Actually, he was looking for his VIP pass tonight.
Now, the VIP pass lets you use the bathrooms upstairs in the convention center.
This is George Costanza. You get this private
off the
bathrooms.
peon. That's right.
Apparently, his wife wouldn't let him do anything without the VIP badge.
That's right.
Well, Jason told me you bought the VIP badge, but you never been to the show before.
I've been to the show.
Oh, yeah?
Have you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did go with me one year.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, he's coming right out of the gate going VIP and all. I was like,
Doug, you should have shut your mouth. I didn't. Actually, I forgot about that. You did go with me the one year. Okay, welcome back, Doug.
Yeah.
Glad you're
are you
back.
excited?
Yeah. I think you need more Disney people there.
Doug's a Disney
Can you
holic.
thaw out Walt's frozen head and put that up on so we can get selfies?
Or
with
can we
it?
just put his frozen head, like something that looks like a person in a frozen block?
Andrew is bringing the
Walt
key
Disney?
to the Disney store that he got being the first one. Oh, no, he doesn't have that.
I don't have any.
My daughter has 2 of them.
Oh, is it 2? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Can Andrew borrow one?
For a super VIP pass, he can.
Super VIP. Everybody's gonna think it's a real thing. Go to the website. Where's the line cutting pass?
This jerk was on the show, and I heard that there's a super.
Actually, there's your good marketing technique for next year.
You get bracelets that let you cut in front of other people.
Where can I buy the super VIP?
You're the fastest man in the city. You're faster than the Flash.
Right.
So you're every villain on the Flash.
I don't know what that had to do.
No, nothing. Shut up. Just keep going.
I missed that reference.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Did we say what kind of a bigwig he is? Did we introduce him as the big guy, big wig here in Cincinnati in regards to comics?
He's the big guy. He's the Art Carlson. of the Comic Expo.
So for like people who are
The
listening,
big guy from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah. So people who are listening to like the first couple times here, do they actually know who Andy is? We need to like.
Wait, you just compared me
explain.
to Carlson from WKRP, the bumbling.
No, the big guy. I was
the big guy.
I was comparing the title.
Worked out there, didn't you?
Sure, if that's what you get out of that.
What is your actual title, Andy?
Depends who you ask.
Well, I don't go by Andy, so let's get that right.
It's like I think we covered this in a previous episode.
So, I put you on the shit list.
I'm on the shit VIP list. How do you get on that one?
Matter of fact, you may not get through the door. We can have your picture posted at all the door entries.
That won't be the first.
See this man? Don't let him in.
This man may have weapons.
That won't be the first time that's been posted at an event.
So let's move along, huh?
But you created the event, along with you and a couple of your
Andrew.
Yeah,
created the
me
event,
and Matt, and then David came along 2 years later, and us three have been putting it on, and it's a passion that we enjoy. And every year, it's always a challenge, but a lot of fun, and see how it all comes together.
So, do you think next year you'll have even more Disney characters, just for Doug?
I think we got the whole Pixar lineup coming next year.
That'd be fantastic.
Well, John Ratzenberg's there this year, Doug.
Wallace Shawn.
No, speaking of Disney cast, there's a shop owner. I'm going off now. In Cincinnati.
Hey, we are on the Tangent Bound Network.
Yes, we are.
And I guess he was trying to get all the Pixar, main cast members. And he goes to D23.
Yeah,
D23 Expo or whatever.
Yeah.
So he needs two last people. And one of them he's been trying to get forever. I forgot who it is. It's like the hardest one to get. So he was signing.
Paul Newman from Cars.
I don't know who it is, but
I'm guessing he's the hardest one to get.
Is he dead?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, this guy's still alive. So he has like this super pass VIP, and so he gets in and he runs straight. That's the only goal of the whole entire trip was to get this guy's autograph. So he gets there, he gets right outside the booth, and they said, no forming of lines. And then he's like, okay. So he just kind of mingles around.
Forming a line. I'm just standing right in front.
He's mingling around, and he's like, finally, I'm going to get this done. I've been waiting for this for, years, I guess, to get one of the last two autographs, and this is the hardest guy to get. He's signing. So he walks away, and they formed the line. He couldn't believe it. He comes back, and it was like all these people just walked up, and they never waited like he did, and a few other handful of people, and he didn't get the autograph. So I felt so sorry for it because he was like, I've been trying to get this guy's autograph, and he doesn't sign, and this was like one of the few chances I had, and he just walked away, and then I guess when he walked around the corner, did the loop that he was doing, I guess, and they started the line, and it filled up like instant. And as soon as he got there, he said, line's full.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Oh, I agree. So,
no forming line. I'm not forming a line. You need two people to form a line. Exactly. I'm standing here.
Doug, Apan's Doug, will actually be there in his postal gear in honor of Cliff Clavin.
That's right, yeah.
That's right. Could you get your uniforms autographed?
Yeah, but are you allowed to get your postal? It's Cliff.
Yeah.
Or do you got a retired one that you don't wear anymore that you can at least?
I don't know how well they'd appreciate that.
Could you do the Kevin Costner one you have for the Postman?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought that's what you all get. You all get that uniform from the Postman.
No.
He had a statue. He's delivering a letter.
And you also ride ponies to deliver the mail too, right?
I like that movie, The Postman.
Oh, you're the one.
What about your Moses Malone jersey?
That would be Karl Malone.
Karl Malone.
I was wondering.
Okay, so
Karl Malone jersey.
Frank Thomas is the big herd.
No, the mailman.
Karl Malone is the mailman. You're awful this week.
And Davey Johnson isn't David Justice.
I've had a problem with names tonight, Andy.
Is it because you're...
I mean, Andrew.
Just keep it up and you'll be wearing that blanket to bed.
I don't know if that's permanently. Okay, so anyways, box office news.
Yes, we'll finish the rundown of the top 5 of the box office this weekend. Number 1, The Dark Tower made $19.5 million in its opening weekend on a $60 million budget.
Yay.
Dunkirk made another $18 million, a total of $134 on a budget of $100 million. Go Dunkirk.
Have you seen it yet?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, The Emoji Movie made another $11.5 million for a total of $49.5 million on a $50 million budget.
So in other words, this movie is going to be profitable.
Yes.
Oh, you knew it was going to be.
It's a cartoon that gets kids to want to see it. So has your son seen it yet?
No.
No.
My wife has done a good job of diverting his attention from this. Does your son want to see this, Andrew?
None of my kids have asked to see any movies in the last 2 months.
Okay.
Nothing that's really appealed to them.
So you've taught them well. Good job.
They're working hard on the comic expo. Hey, Daddy, way to get away from the printing press. Keep printing out those flyers.
See the Gutenberg press? Making Bibles back there? What the hell are you doing?
Number 4.
Keep entering them Twitter feeds, kids. Hey, Daddy, I can only do 144 characters at a time.
Why can't you do more?
Oh, jeez.
Moving on.
Number 4, Jason's favorite, Girl Trip, made $11.5 million, a total of $85.5 million on a $19 million budget.
You know what? I've come around on this.
Have you?
You know why? Because I wanted to take money away from the other shit that's out there. So I'm okay with it.
There's a lot of junk out there.
Yes, there is. Speaking of junk, what's the next one, Jeff?
Kidnap made $10 million in its opening weekend on a $3 million budget.
The $3 million budget is kind of... we don't know if it's accurate or not. The intern and I were looking at this. The movie was made 3 years ago.
Okay.
And then the studio went out of business, went bankrupt.
Oh.
And then the new company bought them for $3 million.
I'm sure Halle Berry took more than...
But they said it wasn't a big... Because her star has kind of fallen recently.
Yeah.
So...
But I mean, $3 million, I would think that would be Halle Berry's even higher than that just to be in a movie, especially lead a movie.
Atomic Blonde was number 7 at the box office. Has made $8 million.
Fell, huh?
Yeah, but the good news is in 2 weeks it's made $34 million on a budget of $30 million. So I'm okay with that.
All right.
What movie was that?
Atomic Blonde.
Charlize.
Oh.
I wanted to see it.
I want to see. The only movie I want to see on this list is Dunkirk, and I got nobody will go with me.
I'll go.
He doesn't like you anymore.
My 7-year-old won't go with me. I don't understand it.
I don't understand why my 7-year-old doesn't want to see a World War II movie.
Movie about death and despair.
That's a feel-good movie of the week.
But he wants that emoji movie.
What else we got coming up?
Coming up, opening August 11th, we've got Annabelle, Creation.
Blake, aren't you excited about this?
Is this the haunted doll again?
Yeah.
Conjuring 2.
But
3.
7.
The Conjuring prequel.
Aren't you excited? Didn't you watch one of these? Didn't you like Annabelle?
No, I watched The Conjuring.
Oh, okay. Did you like
right.
that? Okay.
Now this is like they're starting over. Is that correct on this?
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel, and
yeah.
I heard this is a lot better than the other two. The buzz has been.
There's 2 of them.
The doll is actually referenced by the paranormal psychic detectives. It's in their shop of things, so it's
in real
referenced
life
in
or
the
in the
Conjuring,
movie?
is I think.
Oh, it's connected to The
based,
Conjuring?
quote unquote, based on a wasn't it?
I don't know. You're asking me.
I don't know. I thought there was something behind me for a second. There's something being conjured up in this.
There's some good horror movies coming out. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of horror, but the Annabelle and It.
It looks amazing.
Yes.
And
It looks scary.
It does.
It will be one I'll watch. Yeah.
I may see it opening night, but it looks scary as shit. I'm scared. Annabelle the doll was used in the prelude of The Conjuring to introduce the main characters and set the stage for the rest of the movie. There you go, Blake. It is connected to The Conjuring. Well done. Well done.
I may not know names, but I know my prequels.
Also opening, The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature.
This is awful.
nobody
Fuck this.
asked for that movie. Nobody.
This is a cartoon?
Yes. The Nut Job.
Is this Mr. Peanut?
No, it's about a squirrel.
Squirrel!
Oh.
And they tried to break into it. Well, in the first one, they broke into a candy store or a nut shop or whatever it is, and to get nuts because their park was getting destroyed. I don't know. My son watched it, and he's only watched it once, so that's a good thing. But I'm like, this movie came out like in 2011, and I'm like, who watched this movie? It didn't do well at the box office.
I don't even remember it.
The first time I ever heard of the Nut Job was the first time I saw a commercial for the Nut Job 2.
The good news is the porn movie doesn't have to be changed the name at all.
The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature.
There you go.
Chicka pow wow.
So when are they doing a movie with the plantar nut?
2014 was the Nut Job. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, that was only 3 years ago.
My bad.
I saw it, didn't care for it.
No. It was, I'll get the money here for a second. Keep going. Sorry.
Also opening this weekend is The Glass House.
Don't know what that is.
I think it's
throw
a
stones.
Billy Joel album.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first movie made $64 million for the Nut Job.
Well, there you go. On a budget of probably
$42 million.
There you go. It made money.
Wasn't The Glass House? Wasn't that a movie back in the day? Like the girl gets transferred to somebody's.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I think I was correct. Doug, back me up on this. The Glass
could
House.
Be. You can use titles
with, like younger kids or something.
Yeah.
Was it a greenhouse?
The Glass House. Sony. 2001 it came out.
Yeah.
It was one of Billy Joel's better albums.
It was.
Lily Sobieski.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, Diane Lane and Stellan Skarsgård. January Jones. We were just talking about her.
Oh, it sounded good until January Jones was mentioned.
The best Emma Frost ever.
Okay, so what's the new Glass House?
I have no idea. I don't care.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Some movie called The Glass House is coming.
It's not even on Box Office Mojo, so I'm not sure.
It's got Diane Lane in it.
The old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one from are they re-releasing the one from 2001?
That might be it. We're going with it. What else we got?
Buy Sell.
Oh, I'm sorry. The intern was wrong. It's the Glass Castle.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Do we have to fire another intern?
Fire the intern.
Or do we send him on one of those expeditions up to find Nickel?
Brie Larson,
that's the
Woody
one-
Harrelson about the true story about the lady that, her dad was weird. Okay. moving on.
Wow, that narrows it down.
Wow.
The true story about the lady whose dad was weird.
The intern sucks.
Stars Moses Malone. Davy Johnson.
All right.
Sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon show. Yeah, Jeff.
Well, it
what's
can't
up?
be better than the Mr. T Saturday morning cartoon.
That's true. The dog had a mohawk.
Buy, sell, the career of John Boyega. Are you investing in or divesting from?
I'm buying John Boyega.
Well, yeah, he's got at least two.
He's
more
got two Star Wars movies in him.
or Star Trek, whichever.
And he's Torch Boy.
No, that's
No,
Michael
he's
B.
not-
Johnson. Jordan. Jesus.
Michael
Yeah.
B. Johnson.
I say you sell them now because this is about as good as it's probably going to get.
The Circle did not do well, and neither did Detroit.
Yeah.
His
so
two
this
movies.
is about it. After Star Wars, he'll be at conventions signing autographs left and right.
But if you buy them now and then sell them when
Stars.
episode 9 comes out, that's what I'm saying.
Or when he hits it big with the next Fantastic Four.
No, wrong person. So are you buying or selling?
I'm buying.
Okay, Andrew's selling.
I'm selling. Now's a good time.
Doug, wait on.
Every few months, I check the Hollywood Stock Exchange.
Oh, yes. You're the one person.
Yes, I
Okay.
every few.
You're like
months.
the last Blockbuster. You are the last
Every-
Hollywood Stock Exchange partner.
Because years ago when it was popular, I bought Justice League for like $10,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just waiting for it to finally pay off.
Well, it won't. It's
Yeah,
down to
But,
8.
but every so often I'll
It's a
go
penny
on and
stock.
Star Wars will come out, so I'll buy all the people that come in the new ones. He's the only one that went down in price.
Wow.
I don't know why.
So you're selling?
I would sell, yes.
Okay.
Well, he went down in price. That means
He's a penny stock.
yeah, that means it's cheaper.
No, he's not that cheap, but he yeah.
What are you doing, Jeff?
I said buy.
Okay. What else we got?
We got Idris Elba.
Got to buy him.
Buy.
Bye.
His friends call him Tripod. What do you call him?
Sell.
No, only you call him tripod.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Sell.
Wait, Andrew?
Bye.
I'm buying him too.
I'm selling.
Go-
I'm out.
He's in for the long haul.
Yeah.
He's going to be a huge star for years to come.
I can't wait for him to be in Ghost Rider 3.
Was just watching some reruns of The Office.
Yes.
Wow. And it was the first episode that he was in as Charles Minor.
I love his character.
And well, just all the girls are like swooning over him and saying he's like black George Clooney. I said, no, damn it, George Clooney is a white Idris Elba. Come on.
I just love that he didn't like Jim.
Oh yeah,
that was the best part. And then he aligned himself with Dwight.
Yeah.
I can get you a queen bee and the other bees, and they can go into it when they're trying to get Michael Scott's paper company out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey.
All right. I'll sell that. No, I'll buy it. Andrew, what are you doing?
Done.
You're selling?
Done with Matthew?
After this Dark Tower, I think his stock's going to take a dip. I'm going to sell at the moment.
Okay.
But before True Detective 3 comes out, I may buy some more.
Okay. Doug?
Buy.
Okay.
Well, so I'm thinking buy, and well,
I want to buy it.
Has it taken a hit yet, or do I wait for it? Do I sell now, let it take a hit, and then rebuy? I'm kind of liking Blake's.
We're going to do some day trading on McConaughey.
All right, so
All right.
sell for now, but quickly buy up again after the price drops.
Yes.
You convinced me into doing it.
After we corner the McConaughey market.
He's got White Boy Rick coming out in January.
Sell.
Oh, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign if it's January.
January release dates? Yeah, that's never good.
What else? Who else we got?
And we got Halle Berry.
She's got to be a penny stock, right?
I think she would be pretty low right now. Doug, did you check what Halle Berry's at?
No. I
Hollywood stock.
She's got Swordfish 2 coming out, so that would be good.
Are they doing Swordfish 2?
No.
Oh.
I was going to say, was she going to show her breasts in that? We can do like a comparison
For
of
$2 million.
young Halle Berry breast versus old Halle Berry breast.
He's got Matthew McConaughey. He has has Serenity. The mysterious past of a fishing boat captain living in the Caribbean comes back to haunt him. Yeah. So he's got Beach
Halle
Bomb.
Berry is a sell for me.
Halle Berry, you're selling? I'm buying.
You're crazy, man.
I think she's going to come back.
Nope.
I think she's going to get it.
Well, do the ageism and
dumb.
sexism in Hollywood.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe good to
Well, the
sell
question
now.
is, do you
She's
think,
in Kingsman: The Golden Circle, the new Kingsman movie.
do you think she's a good enough actress to get like power roles that the kind of stuff that's been going to
Charlize Theron,
I wasn't going to say Charlize Theron, but sure, Charlize Theron.
Gal Gadot.
No,
not those. Like
she's second billing.
I'm saying like as the older women roles or whatever that have like dramatic chops to them.
Like Julia Roberts.
Yeah, Julia Roberts isn't good though.
No,
so.
thinking of the old British lady. What's her name?
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Do you think she could become Helen Mirren? 'Cause
No.
Then you sell. Is what
I'm buying
saying.
just because of Kingsman. She's second billing.
And
Yeah,
Kingsman.
that's right. She was in the preview. Yeah.
She's Ginger.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love the Kingsman movie, so I
Buy
changed
some
my
now.
opinion.
See?
Sell afterwards.
I will say, depending on if the Kingsman rush has started yet.
Okay.
I have to check if she's spiked like recently. Then I'll sell. But if she's still at the bottom, then I'll buy.
This is way too much effort. Okay, what's next? That's it.
Well, you wanted Chris Pratt news, but we discussed that earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Do we want to listen to the Chris Pratt news music?
No.
Okay.
It's sad.
It is sad.
Let's do the top 5.
All right, we'll move on to top 5. Okay, that means it's time for our top 5, and we don't have any new music yet, so we're still using the old stuff.
And Blake had to leave,
Yeah, Blake.
but he
snuck
left a
out.
list.
We will read Blake's list at the end.
We've had it's kind of like a just a smorgasbord of people this week, just coming and going. It's kind of nice.
Sure. So you say we're like the Golden Corral of podcasts.
Oh God! You don't have to go to the bathroom after us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Golden Corral. Oh. Okay, so what's our top 5 this week? Doug, you can read it because it was your pick.
Top 5 Marvel Cinematic Universe villains.
Okay.
I thought there'd be more.
Yeah, I did too.
I got my list here.
I was a little lackluster on this list. Damn it.
I didn't realize you'd be doing it so soon.
Doug, what's your number 5?
You know, the movie gets panned.
Pan? That wasn't a good movie.
No, not Pan. No, I've seen Pan. Yeah, that's horrible.
Pan or Pam?
But I went with
Everybody loves Pam.
Bullseye from Daredevil.
Oh, I didn't even think of him. I forgot.
I know he's not really in the universe, but
Yeah, I was about to say I only put MCU.
no. Well, I went off tangent.
Oh, okay. Well,
I forgot about him.
you know, I didn't forget about those movies. They just weren't MCU.
Yeah, they still are awesome.
I don't know. They may be.
It-
They may be.
No,
don't know.
No, Ben Affleck is not in the MCU.
Maybe.
That's a good one, Doug. Andrew, you got anybody?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, you came late to the party, so that's okay. Blake had number 5, Loki. There's
Yeah,
number 5.
so he's purposely ruining my number 1.
You want to know what his other 4 are? Loki. Anyway.
So he's purposely ruining my number 1.
Yes.
Already ruined. Thanks, Blake. Not even here, and you're ruining my list.
My number 5, the reason why is they could have done a lot more with him, but I really enjoyed it, was Ronan the Accuser from Guardians of the Galaxy. And the reason is they gave him a little bit of depth because he reached out when he had the stone to give to Thanos. He goes, screw you, I'm going to keep it. I love that.
Yes.
And I love the dance-off at the end. Just him looking at him going, what the hell
I'll
are you
give
doing?
you that.
I liked Lee Pace in Pushing Daisies. I almost put him on.
I liked him in Halt and Catch Fire.
I loved Lee Pace in Pushing Daisies. I was disappointed in his performance as Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't put him on.
Yeah.
Did you like him in The Hobbit?
I only saw the first 2 Hobbit movies once and never saw the third one. So that tells you what I feel about that series.
I love The Hobbit. Oh, he was awesome in The Hobbit.
Jason didn't even...
No.
No.
Anyways, Jeff, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is, for Blake, since he mentioned it earlier, but then he left, but Caecilius from Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Not really because he was a great bad guy, but because it was a great performance by Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to be Doctor Doom?
Does he?
Yes, he does.
He would actually pull off Doctor Doom, I think. But I think Mads Mikkelsen's a great actor, and I haven't seen him be bad in anything that I've seen him in. So that was my pick.
Okay. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is the Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
Michael Keaton's performance was excellent.
Okay. I think I will like it a lot better down the line. I think it's just going to take me a little bit of time to think about it. I enjoyed it. I thought he did a good job, but I still don't know what I think about Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
I think it's the best one.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely the best. But I thought the best part of the movie was his performance as the Vulture and the scene of him talking to Peter.
Mm-hmm. The car scene.
Yeah, the car scene. That was cinematic gold. It was gold, Jerry.
Doug, did you see Spider-Man: Homecoming?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen that or Wonder Woman yet.
You need to see both.
Both.
I'm too busy watching Avatar on replay.
What about the Nut Job 2? You want to go see that?
I'm waiting for the B movie 2 to come out.
Okay, good. B movie. Oh, Jerry Seinfeld. My number 4 was Obadiah Stane from the original Iron Man.
The Ironmonger.
Yeah, I liked him. I thought not so much when he got into the suit at the end. It was okay because they needed a big bad guy to beat. But I liked him playing the background scenes and just he was a very shrewd businessman, and I liked him in it. And of all the Iron Man villains, I guess he was better than Whiplash.
He was better than Whiplash.
I like Whiplash with the whips. That was kind of cool. That was about it.
How do you know that's not on mine? Why are you talking about him now?
Sorry, my bad. He had a parrot.
So what was your number 4? Whiplash?
No.
What was Blake's number 4?
Loki.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That was my number 1. If I didn't mention it, he stole it again.
Number 4, I went more on performance, but Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2.
Okay.
I like Sam Rockwell's performance. I thought he did a good job. Made it a little fun.
I would say Sam Rockwell gave a good performance. I just didn't like the character.
Yeah, I like more the performance than character.
They use his weapons, though, in the Netflix shows. Hammer.
Yeah.
And in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can't use Stark weapons in theirs. They use Hammer weapons.
Yeah.
Because he's the bad guy.
Right. Okay, so number 3. This really isn't the cinematic, but I've been in a tie.
Oh!
Just because I didn't know if anybody would take them, so screw it. I went with Cottonmouth and Kilgrave.
Cottonmouth is part of my number 2.
Okay.
Kilgrave is my number 2.
Oh, well.
But they're Netflix. That's not cinematic.
But it's part of the MCU.
I'm just kidding.
The things that affect the movies affect these shows.
I like both of them. I mean, I couldn't say one was better than the other. Kilgrave would be in Jessica Jones.
I know
don't
that.
if you've
I know
gotten
that.
far
I'm
or
5
not.
episodes
I
in.
will say Kilgrave was probably one of the best performances.
Yes.
It was a great written. David Tennant was perfect.
Yes, he was fantastic.
And the only reason he's not number 1 is because Loki.
Cottonmouth, I thought they killed him way too soon.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Have you seen that all?
I got 1 episode left
You still have not seen the last episode?
of Luke Cage.
Jeez.
Andrew, have you seen Luke Cage? No. No.
What about Jessica Jones?
No, just a few episodes.
See?
If
Okay,
I tried to watch all the movies, all the shows out there, I mean, I wouldn't be able to keep
We'll
up.
watch the good ones.
you should watch Riverdale. It's a great show.
Don't ever watch Riverdale.
Anyways,
That is true, though. I mean, it's what The Gifted, The Inhumans, isn't there The Runaway?
well, I don't think you're going to have to worry about watching Inhumans.
But, I mean, there's a finite amount of time you have to watch things,
Yes.
and it's
That's
tougher and tougher.
That's why I dropped Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this year.
Yeah.
I would love to watch it. I just ran out of time. Okay, so that was your number 3, Doug?
Yes.
Goes to me now. 3 was Loki for me. I love Loki. Tom Hiddleston did a great job with it. I think, I think he took a character that you should be laughing at in not a good way, and he made him a great villain.
Oh, I agree. I honestly think anybody who didn't put Loki at number 1 is wrong.
Blake has him at number 3.
Oh, okay. Blake has
Just to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking the only reason you don't put Loki at number 1 is because you just want to be different.
Yeah.
Because Loki should be everyone's number 1.
He's not even on my list.
See, well, your list is... Well, you also have people not in the MCU on your list.
My 2 favorite villains would have to be Loki and Red Skull.
Well, let's see. Don't ruin it. Hold on.
My number 3 is Ultron. I think...
Robots don't do it for me.
Normally I would say that, and I never liked him from the comic books, but I think James Spader put a good spin on him that really intrigued me, and I thought it really did a good job in that.
I like the No Strings on Me.
Oh, that was good. I thought the performance and the writing for him in the Avengers 2 or whatever they called it, Age of Ultron, was real good, and the third best of all the Marvel Cinematic villains.
I was creeped out by Vision in a sweater.
Yeah, but that wasn't Ultron.
Oh, no, that was the third one. That's right.
That was in Civil War.
Yeah, that was my bad.
That wasn't even Avengers.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, okay, it wasn't.
I just... He kind of had lips, and that kind of creeped me out.
It was like Darth Vader's neck in Rogue One. What's your number 2, Jeff?
My number 2 is Kilgrave / Purple Man.
My number 2 is Kingpin / Cottonmouth. I love Wilson Fisk. Not from Daredevil, the movie.
What?
No.
Ving Rhames?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, that's right.
You know what? And I like him as Kingpin. I thought he did a decent job.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan was the only good part of that movie.
No, he wasn't. Ben Affleck.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell was awesome.
Terrible in that movie.
I want a fucking costume. Yeah, Kingpin is awesome. I love the background story on him, and I thought they did a great job with him in Daredevil.
They did a good job. I wouldn't say great.
Well, you know what? That's not your list.
And he certainly wasn't better than Loki.
Number 2 for Blake is Loki. Just to let you know. Doug, what's your number 2?
Number 2, The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I went back and forth on him being a bad guy. He is a bad guy,
He
but
was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did watch that movie.
Okay,
I did watch it.
I'd just say I like the Winter Soldier better as a good guy. As a bad guy, he was just a mindless automaton.
I think it's more because I like the movie so much.
Okay.
That's probably why. Probably my favorite of all the movies that they've come out with. Next to the original, Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
I watched The Winter Soldier last weekend or 2 weekends ago on TV at night, and my God, is that great.
That's a good one.
I love that one. I still like the first Captain America the best, but the second one is right there.
Best. And the third one? I didn't think Civil War was that great.
I don't think Civil War is as good. I don't think it's going to be, people are going to remember that fondly. What's your number 1, Doug?
Red Skull.
He is my number one too. Number one is Red Skull.
That was a lot of scene chewing.
It was, but he was awesome.
He was good.
When he takes the face off, oh my god, I love it. When he's on the bridge,
then you find out Hugo Weaving's a jackass because he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Is he as big of a jackass as Richard Dreyfuss?
Well,
did anyone see this article?
Yes.
Richard Dreyfuss doesn't like Bill Murray.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But he also hasn't worked a lot recently because he doesn't think he should ever be second billing.
Yes.
Richard Dreyfuss. And then he goes on to complain in this article that I'll put up on our Facebook page. He goes on to complain that he's broke. It's like, well, sir, here's your idea. Do you want to be second billing or do you want to eat? Let's see here.
And that's what he said. Obviously he didn't get along with Bill Murray when they filmed What About Bob. He said he doesn't like him. He thinks he does think he's funny, but he said he's a great actor and I'll watch him in anything.
But he does not like him.
But he doesn't like him
But
personally.
Dreyfuss...
But a lot of people don't like Bill Murray personally.
A lot of people don't like Richard Dreyfuss.
Well, apparently.
So, I don't feel bad for him at all. So, yeah, I did see that article. My number one is Red Skull. What's your number one, Jeff?
My number one is Loki.
That's Blake's number one.
Me and Blake agree on something.
Yeah. Andrew's number two. Good job, Andrew. Let's see here. Anybody have any honorable mentions?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got... what was his name? Emile Zola.
You know, he was good. I like him.
Yeah, Toby Jones's performance in both the first Captain America and the second one when he was the computer-generated version of Zola. I thought that was good.
That was the one that surprised me. I didn't expect him to be in the second one.
I didn't expect him either, yeah. And I also, for an honorable mention, I have Trevor, a.k.a. the Mandarin, from Iron Man 3.
I love Trevor.
I thought that was great, and I loved when every fanboy cried about it.
Did you like that twist, Andrew? Iron Man 3 with Trevor not being the real Mandarin.
Nah.
No?
Let me ask you. So we're only talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe
and Netflix.
That's what I thought. Well,
so we not going back to 2000.
No.
Because the Cinematic Universe began with Iron Man 1.
All right. Because if we're going off all the villains since going back to the start of with Spider-Man, I mean, Magneto would be one for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I was under the impression it was MCU because that's what it
says. Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But then Doug picked Daredevil.
He was mentioning Daredevil all over. And I'm thinking like, man, but nobody's mentioning Magneto.
Oh, wait a minute. I tried to send us through, the rules committee. And like, we just make them up as we go along. So that's why
there are no rules.
And then you went and Hobied it later.
Because I wasn't sure if you'd allow the TV shows.
I do allow the TV shows since we all picked somebody from them.
Captain Admiral Kirk. He asked, MCU as in TV and movies or the full Marvel Universe comics? And then he said, forget it, I'm just making my list. So he made Doctor Doom at number 5. Number 4 was Red Skull. 3 was Kingpin. 2 was Mystique. 1 is Thanos.
I never liked Thanos in anything. I hate those way too powerful villains, cosmic entity villains.
He throws the moon at the guys in the new trailer.
Yeah,
he throws pieces of the moon. Allegedly.
Ego. Nobody mentioned Ego.
I did not.
I thought you would mention Ego.
I don't know if I really like Ego in it. Kurt Russell did great.
See, I didn't particularly care for his performance in it, to be honest.
But I thought he did great, but I don't like the character. I hated the battle at the end. Like, they're blowing up a plane. Damn, dang it. Thomas Kirk then said, gee, if I knew it was no rules. Wait a minute. He said his number 5 was Lex Luthor, Darkseid, Catwoman, Captain Cold from the Arrow universe. Oh, Captain Cold. And Killer Frost from the Arrow universe. That's because he has a thing for Killer Frost.
Oh, okay.
So that's why. So that is a good one.
A good one. Not the list that we put out, but it was a good list of the list.
That was. Yeah, it was. You could do
Okay, but how many times does Blake follow what list you're doing?
Well,
usually it's not even the same category.
No.
No, well, I mean, then you have to go way back. I think, what was it, maybe our first episode? We did comic book villains.
Yes, we did do comic book villains.
I think it was our first episode.
Go back and listen to the first episode.
Please
Or
don't.
No, was it it was just villains, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
It
just
wasn't necessarily
villains.
even a comic book, because
Yeah.
I think I had, like, Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes on
Yeah.
the list.
Let's see. Chris Richardson from 365 Flicks. He'll be at the Comic Expo, coming from the UK.
Yeah, that's a long flight.
Yeah.
What's he say?
With the VIP pass, do I get free airfare anywhere? Is that
Special VIP?
Oh, damn! I missed out again.
He had number 5, Obadiah Stane. Number 4, Ronan the Accuser. Number 3, he Hobied that shit. Armin Zola and Red Skull.
Armin, that was his name, not Emil. Emil Zola was...
Emil is Doug's pool boy. With his wife right now.
That's right.
Number 2, Vulture.
I think Emil Zola was a guy in French history or something.
And the pool boy.
Yeah.
Number 2, Vulture. And number 1, Alexander Pierce.
I thought about him.
Yeah, I thought Jason would have Pearson. I was expecting Pearson Ego on Jason's list.
I did. Number 5, this is from Dev, the side guy. Dev. He had Nebula and Justin Hammer at number 5. Hobie that shit. Number 4, Ego the Living Planet and Ultron. 3, Ronan the Accuser. 2, the Red Skull. And 1, Hydra.
All of Hydra.
There you go. So anyways, that is our show this week. Bad idea of the week.
Not getting a super VIP pass.
Obviously.
Number 87, not
Next
getting a
year.
super VIP pass.
Next year.
And
I hear next year they're not going to offer them.
Oh, man!
thanks for everybody stopping by. Andrew, thanks. Doug, thank you for stopping by.
Yep.
Next time we'll do the Disney podcast.
Okay.
No, we won't.
About Avatar Land. I got a lot of questions.
The world of Avatar.
I got a lot of questions about
we
Avatar
already
Land.
did far too much about Avatar Land on
Does
here.
anybody care about Avatar Land?
Oh, you should have listened a couple episodes ago. Doug is a huge fan of Avatar and Avatar Land. You know what, Doug?
No.
Here's what-
Waste of money.
Kind of.
Here's the thing, Doug. When Avatar 2 comes out in 2050, eventually, I will pay for your ticket to go see it and do a review for Hobie.
Have they started filming Avatar?
Yes. Yes.
No, thank you.
Avatar 2 is coming out in 2020.
They really started filming.
Yeah, well, James Cameron says he is, but I trust him about as far as I throw him.
They like are actually running cameras.
That's what he said because Sigourney Weaver's on set.
Okay.
So in this universe, no death matters, obviously. So because she died in the first one.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even remember.
I just remember reading the articles about it.
Did she die or did her avatar die?
I don't give a shit. So Doug, that is the thing. We will pay for you.
That means I have to watch the first one by that time.
Not really.
No, not really.
You don't think so?
No. You know what? I'll send it for you and your wife's 13th anniversary.
I may be here on a show.
That's true. You
You
could be.
never know.
You could be. So we'll tell your wife happy anniversary.
Well, I don't think your anniversary will fall on recording date unless we change the recording day of
We might do it again. We might. So, anyways, Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You were listening to Hobie.